We're gonna have to go to thesaurus.com and think of a new word for smash, because we're gonna say it like 6,000 times.
Is this video the video where we change our outro? Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. This week, I'm gonna be destroying every bath bomb from Lush and then reforming them into one single Franken bath bomb. That's right. Tonight, we are going where no bad science video has ever gone before, the bathroom. So previously on our channel, I've mixed together a lot of things, including a hell of a lot of lipstick, an impressive amount of Booty Guru eyeshadow, and also some non-makeup items, like every candle from Bath & Body Works and every possible wedding cake flavor. Bad makeup science has really just gone off the rails at this point. So I figured, while we're off-roading it, might as well take a bath. Now, some of you may know of a chain of skincare stores called Lush, which is famous for its handmade products, its colorful and wacky bath goods, and also the signature robust smell of its stores. That's strong. That's a wall of fragrance. It's kind of like Subway, but instead of smelling like Italian herbs and cheese, you come out smelling like a rooibos vanilla tea bag. And some of Lush's most popular products are their fizzing bath bombs, which for the uninitiated are basically like solid balls of soap, oils, and fragrances, which you drop into a bath to get some skincare or aromatherapy benefits, and also for funsies. Now, as an avid smeller and looker-atter of fancy bath products, Lush is, for me, often a top destination when going to a mall. And it was during one of these visits, while flagellating my nostrils with floral aromas, that the oh-so-familiar urge to destroy, combine, and birth anew struck me. The time had come to make a Franken Lush bath bomb and become the ruler of scents, the Archduke of odors, the Emperor of aromas, the wife of bath! Canterbury Tales, anyone? No? Just me? Okay. Also, you guys have been requesting this one for a while, so let's do it. All right, so we are here at the Lush store at the Century City Mall, ready to buy some bath bombs to smash. To shamash, if you will. Oh, that's gonna get old fast. So we quickly got to work. They're right here. Bath bombs, right here. Filling up their little egg crates with one bomb of each variety. I'm trying to figure out my way of determining which is the best one. You know how you're supposed to knock on a watermelon or something?
Give them a good squeeze.
I feel like that will destroy them. Do not honka the bath bombs. Now, although the classic bath bomb is round, Lush does do a fair amount of variation in terms of texture. What is this, the belly button?
Oh, that's a navel, yeah.
Oh, it does look like a navel. Size. Oh wow, they're giant ones. Giant. And shapes. Ooh, like eggplants, phallic, and treasure chests. Why is the rum always gone? Just to keep things fresh and smooth.
That's the guardian of the forest.
The Nygaardian of the forest? I don't know what to say for myself. I have nothing to say. Lush does also make a lot of bath bomb adjacent items. All right, so we've got body conditioner, body butter, magic crystals. I do not know what that is. I'm gonna leave that over here. Like shower bombs and bubble bars. What about a bubble rune?
A bubble what?
A bubble rune?
What is that?
Tyler, do I look like I know? But just to maintain the sanctity of our formula, we're gonna go with just the traditional bath bombs. Yes, I'm ready to check out. And after ransacking the store, we ended up with 46 bath bombs. Now, Lush's bath bomb lineup does change rather frequently, as there are many limited edition and location exclusive bombs, so I'm gonna say we probably missed at least a couple, but we definitely got a healthy chunk. Ooh, that's a lot of bath bombs. And with our haul in hand, it was time to commence our experiment. Let's go home and smash them. Let's go home and smash them.
You almost kicked the camera.
Dang, it's like a kick in the face. Okay, so we have all of our bath bombs here, and today our goal is to smash all of our bath bombs, puree them in our food processor, and then form them into bath bombs with our bath bomb press. I like that I'm holding a weapon in my hand. I'm very threatening here.
Beckoning with the hammer.
Bob the Builder is quaking. Also, in case you're wondering where I am, we moved. Say hello to the new kitchen.
Hello.
So we've divided our 46 bath bombs into 9 different color categories. So I'm gonna be smashing and pureeing by color so we can keep our colors separate and then use our color categories to try and make a layered rainbow design in our bath bomb. I can't make any promises, but we're gonna try and make it cute. And we're gonna start smashing with the pink category. So our first bath bomb is called Twilight. Twilight, new bath. Twilight, breaking bath bombs.
Ooh.
And it just smells pretty sweet, I would say. It smells like what Bella's blood smelled like to Edward.
Raging hormones.
All right, shall we?
Yeah.
Should I hold it? Probably.
Just don't hit your fingers.
Oh, you know what? I should use this side. So I'm kind of like axe picking. That did nothing. That did absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, here it goes. If I dig deeper, do you think I'll find Renesmee?
What the hell's that?
That's Bella's baby. Whoa!
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, it's really blue inside. So I'm gonna just break these into like a few smaller pieces.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, I'm figuring it out, man.
Yeah.
So besides Twilight, there are 8 other pink bath bombs, 5 of which are traditional spheres. I'm gonna grab, I think, this rosy one next, including Sex Bomb, which is apparently one of their most popular. I mean, Lush is nothing if not horny.
Yeah.
We also have Magma. All right, I'm gonna try and like pick at the seam. Do you think that'll work?
Sure.
Oh! Oh my god, actually, yes! Marshmallow World,
This one's breaking good.
as opposed to Breaking Bad.
I wasn't going for that.
Choco Mint and Pink. Just pink.
Nice.
Oh!
Ooh, yep.
That one did like a backflip. Blanket safety disclaimer. I'm sure I'm not using a hammer correctly, so just don't do anything I do ever. Besides those, we have 3 oddly shaped bombs, strawberries and cream.
There you
Whoa,
go.
yeah. A lucky cat.
Oh, yeah.
There is like a gold bar inside.
What is that?
I don't know, but I'm covered in cat. And a peach emoji. They call me the booty destroyer. You don't like that?
No, yeah. I was just
Absolutely no reaction from Tyler. Okay, so those were the pinks. Up next are the oranges into the yellows. Now there are only like 2.5 orange bath bombs since one of them is like orange and yellow. And first up is Yuzu and Cocoa. I keep thinking it's called like My Navel, but I think that that's just because that's what I think every time I look at it.
Were any of them called My Navel?
No, but a fuzzy navel is a kind of orange drink. So I thought it would like work well, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with it. It's fine. And then the only other full orange bath bomb is this one called Yuki High. This is totally not the vibe of this bath bomb, but when I look like straight into the camera with it, it's a little Eye of Sauron. No, you don't think so?
No, I think it looks more like his belly button.
The navel of Sauron. And then to finish out the oranges, we have our fruity giant bombshell. It's also like tied together, so I think there might be stuff inside. Oh,
wow.
What the hell are we gonna do with a whole bunch of dehydrated orange slices? I don't wanna mess with our bath bomb formula too much, so I'm just gonna leave these out, and maybe we can make potpourri with them later or something. So I'm gonna hammer the orange first, and I'm gonna keep them separated, so I'll like put the orange half with the orange category and the yellow half with the yellow category. Oh, this is flying, soaring, breaking free.
This is a Natasha Bedingfield song.
No, it's a High School Musical reference. Tyler's showing his age here.
I'm woefully ignorant of High School Musical.
There's not a star in heaven that it can't reach.
What is that?
It's still High School Musical. Besides the giant dude, there are 3 other yellow bath bombs. Honey, I Washed the Kids. It does have slight Death Star vibes, but like happy Death Star. Royalty. I feel like Katie Heron.
Because it's regicide?
No, and she like divides up the crown amongst all of the Spring Fling attendees. And Turmeric Latte. Woo! Oh, it's mustardy in there, like a spicy Dijon mustard. All right, so that is the end of the yellows. On to the greens. Starting with the plainest of them all, this one, which is called Avo Bath. Besides that one, avocado. Thanks. We also have 4 other green bath bombs, including the Guardian of the Forest. It's Groot, everyone, in bath bomb form. And also this one, Melusine. Melusine. Mucinex.
It's Mucinex, yeah.
Mel you see it, Mel you don't. We also have 2 fun-shaped ones, like a little turtle.
We're gonna find out if you're turtly enough for the Turtle Club now.
Well, they've rejected me, so I'm acting out. And a treasure chest called the Pirates of the Carrageenan, or Carrageenan.
What does it smell like?
I've been placeboed and it smells like the chlorine in like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. It's a little musty smelling.
Damp room?
It smells damp.
Oh!
Haha.
That was an aggressive strike.
That was cinematic. Okay, chest destroyed. Treasure acquired. Green's done, let's move on to blue. Now there are a lot of blue bath bombs, 9 to be exact, and interestingly, a lot of them have like extra ingredients incorporated into them. You can see some of the seaweed in there, a little kelpie. So for the dry ingredients that are like mixed into the bath bomb formula, we're just gonna leave those in there and hope the food processor takes care of the rest. But anything we can remove, like sea salt rocks or cocoa butter dollops, there's butter in here. We're gonna do our best to get rid of.
So that is a full-on extraction right there. It's kind of like Dr. Pimple Popper.
If Dr. Pimple Popper murdered people, then yes, it is like that. Besides those ones with like surprises inside, there are also a lot of uniquely shaped bath bombs in this category, like this little bottle of calm. It's a small bean. Rocket science.
What does it smell like?
I don't know.
It smells like Elon's musk.
That's not bad. I'll let that one fly. Rose butterfly.
For some reason, when I was looking at that bath bomb, I just had Nelly Furtado's I'm Like a Bird in my head.
Me too! Wait, actually me. I was thinking that in my head.
I don't know why.
We are on the same wavelength. Is that the butterfly effect?
No.
Okay. And this pale blue robot.
You know what's up? You are Lord Farquaad right now.
I was about to say Ginger Man from Shrek vibes. Tyler, we are vibing right now.
Maybe what happens is that we're tripping from all of the Lush powder. It's Lush, but it's really just ayahuasca.
And after that, it's time for the purple category, starting with Goddess. Ooh.
How's it smell?
It smells like the gift shop at Colonial Williamsburg.
Does it really? Colonial Williamsburg really had an impression on you.
I love it there. Besides that one, we also have a lumpy blackberry bath bomb and a lavender bomb, shrouded in gauze. I think that like in the bath, you're supposed to keep it in there because I think there is lavender in here, so then it'll stay in like its little satchel as it dissolves. But I think that for our purposes, I should take it out of the bag. That one smells amazing. It's just straight lavender to the face, but it's really good. And then the last purple bath bomb is the eggplant emoji.
I feel like the meme that will be associated with this will be when Tyler pisses off Safiya.
Oh my God. I would never.
Sounds like a 2000s Florida lawsuit.
Florida woman hammers junk. Oh my God, it's blue inside.
Surprise, alien dick.
Like I said before, Lush is nothing if not horny.
Oof. Oh!
I almost just said farewell, sweet penis, but that's no good. Can't really say that, can I?
You did just say it.
All right, let's just leave it at that. Okay, so that concludes the purple category. Now we're on to the black bath bombs, of which there are only 2. I'm gonna start off with the Illuminati Eye. This one actually used to be named Dark Arts, but apparently J.K. Rowling took a break from Twitter to unleash her inner lawsuit, and now it's called Secret Arts? Secret Arts. This other one is called Black Rose, and it essentially looks like if our merch was a bath bomb, I would say, basically.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It's pretty on brand. I like it. All right, so those are our 2 black bath bombs. Up next is the white/beige category. Now there are 8 neutral bath bombs, and in the interest of time, we're just gonna smash and then pass through them.
Is there a song called Smack That from the mid-2000s?
By Akon.
I was gonna say Smack That out on the floor. Oh,
Yeah. All right, let me do the butt first.
presumably that's what Akon meant, smacking the butts,
But though we are trying to hack our way through this category as fast as possible, as it gets later, I become more ruthless. Please pray for my thumbs. There are a few interesting dudes in here, like Dragon's Egg. Ooh! It's Yoki.
R.I.P. Gudetama.
Another fun-filled giant bombshell. Oh! It's like a whole ass dried rose. And a second mummified bath bomb. Look at that debris in there. That's a chunky monkey.
It looks like garlic butter. You know when you see butter that has like extra goodies in it? Like
Yeah.
rosemary and shit?
I don't like that imagery, but it smells pretty good. And with those smacked all on the floor, it's time to move on to our last category, the multicolored bath bombs. Are you ready to bathe the rainbow? That's all I got. Of which there are 3. This dual-toned one, Moon Spell. Oh, whoa! There's a moon in there. I'm not sure like what utility you get out of that in the bath, but it's pretty cool. The psychedelic, groovy kind of love. Die, lava lamp, die. And our final bath bomb of them all, the Love Boat. Where should I go? The bow or the stern? Also, which one's which? Poop deck? Where's the poop deck?
Oh,
Goodbye, poop deck. We're about to sink this love boat.
this boat's heart will not go on.
That's actually not bad. I didn't see that coming. So with that, we have cracked, smacked, and smashed all 46 of our bath bombs, and it is time now to move on to the food processing portion of the experiment. I do have 2 food processors here, one mama and one baby, just in case there's too much chunk, too many chunks. One thing to note before we get started is that after smashing, some of the bath bombs revealed other colors inside, so we recategorized a couple of them, including the entire rainbow section, so we now only have 8 groups to grind. All right, let's see if I know how to use a food processor. Woohoo! Starting with pink. Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's pound some rocks. Should I hold the top? Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's a good food processor.
I think it's literally done.
It's pulverized.
I'm like shocked. I thought I was gonna have to like go at it for a second. This is awesome.
What else can we put in there?
Now, as we are pureeing our bath bomb powder to go into our rainbow design, dude, I am totally gonna break this thing. There's like no question. There is one dynamic of this experiment we haven't talked about too much. Ooh, which is the odor. This one smells like mint toothpaste. It looks like cotton candy, but it smells refreshing. So as we blend our categories to a pulp,
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
I feel like this one's wilder. We're gonna give each one a good sniff. Ooh, that one smells amazing.
Yeah.
It's like orange jasmine. This one's my favorite. To see just what kind of scents we're working with here.
Are you gonna 2-switch this thing?
Yeah.
Stranger Things style?
And what we found was that the smells were all over the place. There's like smoke rising out of this one.
I know. It's like if Lush got dusted by Thanos.
With some kind of fresh scents. Ooh. Citrus. I'm getting nothing else. Literally just lemon. Some more comforting smells. This one kind of smells like a Christmas cookie. I think the turmeric is turning it spicy. And some herbaceous aromas. It kind of smells like a citrusy chamomile tea. Herbal tea. The blue category went a little stereotypical. This one smells like a oceanic Glade plugin. Like fake ocean smell, I would say. And the black bath bombs, though small in number, now that's what you call the black lung, packed a serious potpourri punch. It looks like soot, but it smells like dried flowers, not fresh flowers, dead flowers. And honestly, I don't even know what happened in the purple category. That does not smell good. That smells really bad, actually.
What does it smell like?
It smells like a baby wipe, like a diaper bag.
Yeah, I don't want to bathe in that.
I guess that's all to say that there's a lot going on here, so I'm interested to see which fragrances will come out on top. I'm just hoping it's not the purple. The rest of them smell nice. This one is just funky. But with that, we do have all of our color categories dusted, so it's finally time to make our bath bomb. We have destroyed, and now we must rebuild. Now, when most people set out to make a bath bomb, they're making them from scratch, like with a recipe. But in our case, we are trying to revive dead bath bombs, which makes our process a little different. Specifically, we're gonna need to wet our powder so it will re-stick to itself and keep the shape of a bath bomb, but also make sure that it will still fizz when we drop it in the tub. So to make our formula, we are going to be adding baking soda, oil, and citric acid to all of our individual color categories. Bloop. And the citric acid and the baking soda are gonna be what causes the bomb to react with water, and the oil will hopefully be our binding agent. We could also use witch hazel, but because it's more watery and because we're beginners, we're afraid we might prematurely activate the Franken bath bomb powder while mixing. Now, this is a little time sensitive because they can dry out and we need them all to be wet at the same time. So Tyler's gonna be helping me. We're gonna be doing a couple of the colors off camera and hopefully we can figure this out. Technically, our powder should be fizzy without this stuff. Like, there is already citric acid and baking soda in there, but since we're adding more oil into our mixture, we wanted to make sure the ratios were right. And once we have all 8 colors prepped, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think it's ready to go.
Let's go for it.
We can bust out the real star of the show. So this is our bath bomb making machine. It is an industrial bath bomb press that we bought on a whim, and now we're using it, which I'm very excited about. There are other bath bomb making methods, notably molds, but we thought this machine seemed more exciting. And the way it works is that it has a little cup or mold that you fill up with your bath bomb batter. We're gonna be putting alternating spoonfuls of each of our colors in, like in rainbow order, to try and make a striped pattern. I think that seems pretty good, actually.
It's nice and packed.
Once it's full, you place your cup underneath the pressing arm of the device, and then the machine is gonna use air pressure to like pretty aggressively compact your formula into a bath bomb.
Oh.
This is the coolest thing ever! Then you twist and flip the mold.
Oh my God.
And push the bath bomb into your hand.
Oh no.
No! Which for our zombie bath bombs was easier said than done.
It's beautiful, but sad. Here is bath bomb attempt number 1. It is cool as hell, but it did not work.
We're trying it again. We're not giving up. We had a pretty hard time trying to figure out how to make this machine work for us.
Sadness.
Which kind of makes sense because it's an industrial press, and I would hardly say we are in the bath bomb industry.
Oh yeah.
Wait, how did that happen? In fact, if anything, I would say we are actively undermining the bath bomb industry. Why? But regardless, we just could not get our bath bombs to stop splitting in half down the middle.
It's stuck in there, man.
It's full on stuck up there, whether they made it out of the press or not.
No.
So after trying a few different troubleshooting methods, like greasing up frickin' everything, the press and the batter, shaking our formula as we spooned it in, shake it, shake it, shake it, and desperately holding the mold together as the pressing arm lifted,
All right, everyone hold on to their butts again.
we still failed.
Ooh, it might have just fallen into my hand. Damn it. As you can see, this side is a bit soft and like kind of crumbled, but the other side, oh shit.
Literally, as I said, but the other side is good, it imploded in my hands. So we finally decided to, as a kind of Hail Mary, change up the order of the colors going into the mold. You wanna try inverse rainbow?
Let's try inverse rainbow.
Just because Roy G. Biv didn't really seem to be working for us.
It looks like broccoli. Let's do this. This is the broccoli Avenger. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Shake it like the Polaroid picture.
Okay, okay, okay. I see it, I see it.
Party Central. No one say anything, no one breathe. Everyone.
Okay, wait. It's still in my hand. How do I?
How do I get it out of your hand?
No, hold on. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hallelujah.
Holy sh**.
That's a Franken bath bomb, y'all.
Someone pinch me.
So I guess the inverse rainbow thing was the best idea we had all night.
I thought you were gonna Dwight Schrute it, and then it was gonna be like the watermelon. You just drop it on the ground.
The bath bomb may look a little green, but don't worry, there are a lot of the other colors in there. They're just hiding inside.
That is a sexy ass bath bomb. Can I make out with a bath bomb?
So with one multi-layered Franken bath bomb produced, this is rock and roll, man.
Those are
This.
appropriate rock horns.
This is rock and roll. We took a few more whacks at it to make a backup bath bomb, just in case. Don't ask why it's so wet. I did some things I'm not proud of. And then, just as kind of like a secondary test, we decided to use the remains of our earlier failed attempts to make another Franken bath bomb.
It's gonna be the Phoenix bath bomb.
From the fallen attempts, it shall rise. I call it the Franken swamp bomb. It's beautiful. It's perfect.
That was like the 8th baby for Octomom.
It just kind of walked out.
Just ran out of the womb.
And after quickly making a backup swampy, we were pretty much ready to retire the machine. All right, so we have 2 bath bombs of each variety, and so basically all we have to do is wait a couple of days for them to dry out, and then we can all take a bath together. It's a very Roman video, you know?
Yeah.
That's the vibe. Hello, friends, and welcome to my tub. We are here a few days after forming our Franken bath bombs to bathe. The bath bombs do seem like decently dried out. I'm nervous to touch them.
I'm nervous to look at them.
So it's time to bomb this bath. All right, bring in the bath bomb. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I got it. All right, I'm gonna sniff it. A good sign is that it doesn't overwhelmingly smell like lavender butt. It's hard to identify like exactly what I'm smelling. It's definitely like a sweet smell. Would it be a cop-out to say it just smells like the Lush store? Would that be a cop-out? After doing some serious investigative sniffing, I think the dry Franken bath bomb smells most like a combo of rocket science and rose butterfly, which have Sicilian lemon, bergamot, and rose oil in them. So it basically smells like Elon's musk with a hint of Nelly Furtado. But let's see how that holds up in the bath. Shall I cannonball or like gently lower?
Oh, cannonball.
Okay, ready?
Goodbye.
Oh, it's fizzing! Oh, it's fizzing! Oh, it is a purple and green bomb. Oh, it's split in half.
Oh, there's one half. Where's the other half?
Right here.
Oh, what a great emergence.
So as for first impressions, it is very fizzy, which is great. And what's also fun about it is that as the bath bomb dissolves, you can see the different color categories come to the surface. Oh no, here, I got some yellow. I've got some yellow.
It's like a sorting hat bath bomb.
Yes, yellow, orange. I'm seeing some blue as well. So we did get some bath utility out of our rainbow design. Oh, there's the pink.
Oh yeah, look at that, emergence. All right, so Saf, we're gonna bottle this and sell it for $20 on the internet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Bad makeup science bathwater. Do I have to like pour it down my butt crack for it to be worth something?
On that market, yes.
Now with our bath bomb fully disintegrated, we were able to get a better look at just what it had done to the tub.
So this is a Shrek bath bomb. It's got layers to it, right?
It's got layers.
And it ends up green and swampy.
Ah, it doesn't smell like onions, thankfully, but it does look the part. Now, as for what it actually smells like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
As I'm smelling my Franken bathwater,
$20 on Shopify.
it smells way different than like the actual bath bomb did before we dropped it in.
Oh yeah?
It smells much more florally, whereas the dry bath bomb was dominated by more of a sweet citrus scent. But both floral and orange scents make sense when you look at the most common ingredients across all of our bath bombs, as lavender, rose, ylang ylang, jasmine, and chamomile are all in the top 10, along with lemon, orange, and bergamot. There's also a lot of cocoa butter, even when you consider the lumps we removed, though that doesn't really have a strong scent. But when you team it up with all of the almond oil we use to rebuild the bombs, it definitely makes it very moisturizing and slick in here. Let me, oh, it's slippery. Farewell, cruel world.
Besides moisturizing, the top ingredients also have soothing, relaxing, cleansing, and energizing properties. So it's basically like a soapy Four Loko. It's an upper and a downer.
I got my face in there.
Tyler, it's $20 for Franken Bath Bomb bathwater, so you better pay up if you're gonna drink up.
Tyler also wanted to lend his nostrils to the cause.
All right, Tyler, this is making me uncomfortable, and we're married, so.
And though he tried his best,
It does smell like Lush.
he brought few insights, if any. But not to close the door on any future odor investigations, we did actually save 1 mason jar's worth of Franken Girl bathwater.
Ooh, yum.
Not to sell, just to have. Now, we did also want to do a really quick bath test with the Franken Swamp Bomb.
And fizz.
And though it obviously doesn't look the same,
Booyah.
It looks like when SpongeBob had the suds.
it did bring our bathwater to that familiar Shreky hue.
I feel like mine is more clumpy, and I feel like there's more of like a general multicoloredness to it, but it is certainly converging to swamp water green.
And emit a mild lemony flower aroma.
There you go. Tyler Williams chest hair bathwater.
These thighs don't lie. Oh, its hips don't lie.
And with Tyler and his chest hair thoroughly enjoying their bath,
I can just rotate like this, almost like one of those pigs that's on the thing.
Like a pig on a spit.
Yeah, I'm relaxed.
it seemed that our first episode of Bath Makeup Science had come to an end.
I feel like overall that was a pretty successful bath bomb experience.
I really enjoyed the sheer amount of smashing and smelling I got to do in this experiment.
I feel like you're gonna snot rocket later, Soph, and it's just gonna be multicolored.
That would be fun.
And it was also a very gratifying Franken experience because we were able to figure out how to make all of this into a bath bomb, which ended up being not that easy. And I was really happy with both the design and the fizziness of our final product. That said, I wouldn't say it was the world's greatest or most luxurious bath bomb.
Like, I'm not feeling like the effects and niceness of all of the bath bombs from Lush together. It is less than the sum of its parts, if that makes sense. But it's not the worst, it's not too chunky, and it doesn't smell like butt. So I feel like that's good.
So in conclusion, I had fun. I would make bath bombs again, though probably not from the ashes of 46 other bath bombs, and I am not sure what we're gonna do with our mason jars full of bath water. But my money's on family heirloom. Probably.
Well, we had our Franken candle at our wedding. Maybe at our 10-year we'll have our Franken bathwater.
Gross. But romantic.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna be mixing every eyeshadow from every online beauty guru's eyeshadow palettes together. So I've mixed a lot of my own makeup in the past, and I've also previously melted together every lipstick from Sephora to get a Franken lipstick that was meant to uncover the average shade of all of the lipsticks that are sold in their stores. Or, I suppose, the midpoint color of what Sephora thinks is a marketable lipstick to their clientele. Now, I'm guessing that most of you as YouTube viewers know what a beauty guru is, but just to propose a definition, I'm referring to online creators and influencers who make beauty-related content and within that usually recommend specific makeup products and provide tutorials as to how to achieve certain makeup looks. Now, these days, a lot of beauty gurus produce their own makeup products, either via their own company or by collabing with an established cosmetics brand. And if I had to say what the most common beauty guru makeup product is, it would definitely be an eyeshadow palette. So following the logic from my Sephora lipsticks video, if I were to mix together every eyeshadow shade from every beauty guru's palette, I would hypothetically come up with a midpoint shadow that would represent the most beauty guru recommended color. Once again, It's not great science. In fact, it's not even good. It's bad makeup science. But I guess that's why it's the name of the series. Now, a couple of caveats before we begin. First off, for this video, we are only going to be using palettes that are currently still in production, or at least were very recently in like the last 6 months or so. This ensures that in case a guru's taste has changed, we're presenting their most current recommendation. We also focused on gurus who, to my knowledge, got their start online, and more specifically, are YouTubers. But even with those constraints, there wasn't like a master list of beauty guru makeup products out there, so we may have missed a palette or two. So no shade to anyone if we missed them. But I think as long as our sample size is large enough, a couple of palettes shouldn't change our final result. Now, speaking of shade, I do realize there have been some goings on in the beauty community recently. In fact, I started ordering these palettes in July, attempted to film this video in August, then stuff happened, so I decided to postpone. Since then, more things have happened, and I realized that there's probably never gonna be a good time to do this, so we're doing it now. Just so everyone knows, every person who I know of who could be considered a YouTube beauty guru's palette is in this video. I am not attempting to judge anyone's character, nor am I attempting to review the quality of these palettes. I'm just interested in what colors are in there and how many of them there are. No shade, only science. So with all that said, let's whip out the palettes. I feel like with them all laid out like this, it's almost like the Game of Thrones intro where you have like a topographical map of Westeros. Where are my dragons? I don't want to start anything, so I'm not gonna say who I'd put at King's Landing. Fly, you fools.
That's a different universe.
In the game of gurus, you either win or you die. Here for the tea just gets to behead you with the shard from a lip filler.
That's sharp.
No, it's very dull. It will take a while. All right, so to actually begin, why don't we start off with Jaclyn Hill's many palettes. So to honor the source material of this video, we decided to mix everything in this clear teacup, but this is a teacup of healing, hopefully, or at least of just forced togetherness. And the process I'm going to do is I'm basically just gonna scrape a little bit of each of these eyeshadows into this teacup, and then once we've scraped a bit of every single eyeshadow from every single one of these palettes, I'm going to use this Fixie makeup repair kit that I got to turn it into one eyeshadow. So without further ado, let's get to scraping. Oh, I haven't done one of these in a while. Now this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette is actually the only palette that was also featured in my mixing all of my eyeshadows together video from last year. So she's already been through something. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Careful, careful. Just a bit off the top. Oh yes. Yes. And then once we've scraped, it's time to dump. All right, now that we've popped the cherry, we just have to keep going because there are a lot of eyeshadows and 69 palettes left. Unintentional, but good number. Oh my God, that's a softie. Well, that's our ship name, Ty. Softie. This makes a very interesting sound. Maybe I should just stop talking and we'll just make this an ASMR video. Listen, I love me some ASMR. My current favorite video is this one where a girl role plays as a medieval nun who's taking care of you while you have the plague.
You are sick with the bubonic plague. So sorry.
Do you die at the end?
I don't think I've ever made it to the end. I always fall asleep. All right, so I'm on my last row now. I've started wiping off my scalpel on my pants in between shadows, so I guess later on we'll have some leg check-ins as well as our tea check-ins. So besides her like OG Morphe palette, Jaclyn also has 4 Vault palettes. She's got a purple toned one, a mustardy colored one, a rosy hued one, and a sort of like smoky blue one. These ones also have the shade names on the palettes, which I appreciate because then I get to see what they are named. Like these ones are Hush Hush and Bling Bling, and they're about to get scraped. Sounds like I'm saying crepes.
I go for crepe.
I could totally go for a crepe. There's also a color called Shh and a color called Bomb Ass, which sounds kind of dangerous, honestly. Ready for some pore porn, or as I like to call it, porn? One good thing about a small palette is you have sort of like a narrow dump. All right, so this is our final Jackie Hill color.
Was it like a ghost noise?
It was Morphe.com. I'm sorry, that was so stupid. But anyway, I guess that's one guru down. So as we move along, the other element I'm interested in investigating is what the average composition of a beauty guru palette is. Like how many shades are in there, are they neutrals or are they bold colors, and if they're mattes, shimmers, or glitters. I like shiny things. I'm sort of like a pigeon in that way. So as we go digging and scraping from guru to guru, oh yes, oh my god, oh it's so soft, oh I'm going too deep, oh my god. I'm gonna be calling out some stats to Tyler, so at the end we can calculate the hypothetical most common beauty guru palette. I like your pencil.
Thank you.
I also like your Fiends long sleeve t-shirt.
Oh, this one that's available right now, please. Myself.com.
Sorry, back to the video. Okay, so next up we have Candy Johnson's collab palette with Too Faced, which is called I Want Candy. You know, kind of like Aaron Carter circa 2000. And it does kind of smell like candy. I want shavings.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that's how I beat Shaq.
You kind of like sprung them in there.
I was trying to catapult them in.
Successfully.
And then next up, we have a bunch of collab palettes from the company Makeup Revolution, which I believe is a British company, so they're mostly like UK-based creators. Except for the Emily Edit palettes, I think she's from Illinois, as am I. So, what's good, Emily? How about them bears? I don't think they're doing particularly well.
They're not doing that bad, actually.
They're not doing that bad. Hey, there you go. So after some of these Revolution palettes, the mixture is looking quite vibrant.
Oh, that's very spicy right there.
Almost looks like flaming hot Cheeto dust, which you wouldn't think you'd want to put on your eyes, but right now I kind of do. Coincidentally, my pant leg is also looking quite nice.
It's like a vibrant tie-dye.
Don't you mean thigh dye? So with this final sprinkle, that is Makeup Revolution. I'll clean up these palettes later. Don't worry. All right, so I feel like it makes sense because we just did Revolution Beauty, which is a UK-based company, to push on and do some palettes from creators of the Commonwealth. So we have a Tanya Burr palette, who's from the UK. We've got a couple from Chloe Morello, who's from Australia.
Ooh.
Did that make it in?
Yeah, you're getting good at that.
It's just luck every time. And one from Sean XO, who I believe is a Kiwi, aka from New Zealand. So the fun thing about the Sean XO palette is that it's double-sided. You have like one palette here, and then it goes this way.
Oh, that's high tech.
See, it's kind of like how the toilets flush the other way in the Southern Hemisphere. They also have double-sided eyeshadow palettes.
Perfect analogy.
Now, I think that's all the Commonwealth creators, though we may have missed a Canadian or two. They're just harder to sniff out. Then next up, because we just did a Pixie palette and a BH Cosmetics palette, I have more Pixie and more BH Cosmetics. From It's Judy Time, It's My Ray Ray, and Carly Bible. It's My Ray Ray's is also another one that has like multiple panels, and when I balance it on my cup, it sort of looks like a beach chair, which felt like it was something to note for some reason. And then we have Carly Bible's palette, which to me kind of looks like a Roman bathhouse. Like we've got some marble, some pools, some sort of decorative tiles.
Just no nudity.
Well, there's a lot of nudes in there.
Good point.
Okay, with all of those done, we're nearing like the midway point of the eyeshadows. The palette pile is quite formidable, and our eyeshadow mound is rising. So up next, I have 5 eyeshadow quads from Patrick Starr in collaboration with MAC, and they come in a variety of different colors, and I think they're usually released like with a set of other makeup. Where'd this outfit come from?
You haven't been wearing that the whole time?
And this turban. Golly gee, I think I'm turning into Patrick Starr. Do you think that Patrick Starr is just a really big SpongeBob fan? Who got there first? Patrick Starr or Patrick Starr?
Or Jeffree Star.
We'll get there in a second. I will say though that Patrick Starr is the only guru who has me on PR, so that's the real tea. Although I'm not really sure why anyone would want to send me PR after they see what is done to the makeup that is sent to me. But the point still stands. Thanks for the PR, Patrick. Call me. All right, so now I'm just gonna finish up the influencer brand collabs, starting with the ColourPop palettes, of which I have 1 from Makeup Shayla, 2 from Ava Gutowski, 1 from I Love Sarahi, and 2 from Kathleen Lights. Now, thinking back to the PR point, I'm actually pretty sure I do get Kathleen Lights' ColourPop PR, in which case, thank you to Kathleen as well. However, I don't have a Kathleen costume, sorry. For this round, I'm also bringing this Maybelline City Mini palette by Makeup Shayla as well, just so the Shayla ones can go together.
You could probably do that all in one dump.
You think this is a one dumper? I think it could be. I call this one 6 colors, 1 cup.
This guy.
Dear Shayla, I'm sorry. It's a very pretty palette. So with that, we're done with ColourPop and also the Shayla addendum of this little thing. So we have 5 more influencer brand palettes, starting with 2 from Kristen Leanne and Urban Decay. Now, I was gonna say that Kristen Leanne was kind of contributing to the neutralness of our eyeshadow stew, I guess, but her second palette is like all bright colors in all differently shaped pans. I feel like it's trying to tell me something, almost like Morse code, you know, like lines and dots.
Maybe there's a hidden message.
It's like National Treasure, but for beauty gurus. It's been in the palette the whole time. We also have 1 from Aspen Ovard and Tarte, 1 from Melissa Michelle and Ulta, and 1 from Nicole Concilio and Violet Voss, which is hollow
as hell.
Bitch. So adding that to my very precarious pile, now we're on to palettes by makeup gurus who run their own lines, like Laura Lee and Manny. Everyone Breathe. And Kristen Dominique too. And she's got her latte palette and her lemonade palette. She also, fortunately or unfortunately, has DC carved into each of her shadows, which we are about to mess up.
And all at once, the DC is gone.
They're Marvel eyeshadows now.
Actually, that was pretty good.
And then next up we have 4 palettes from Jeffree Star: Androgyny, Beauty Killer, Thirsty, and Blood Sugar. And he of course also has like an engraving in his eyeshadows that is about to be bulldozed. Actually, can we just pause for a second?
Why?
I feel like we're going through this way too fast. We're just blowing through all of these eyeshadow palettes. Maybe we should split up this video into like 5 parts.
Okay.
Maybe even 8.
Ooh.
If necessary. Like we could call the first one The Truth Behind Mixing Every Beauty Guru's Eyeshadow Palette Together. And then we could call the next one The Secret Behind Mixing Every Beauty Guru's Eyeshadow Palette Together.
It's kind of a mouthful.
And then in the third one, I could live like an eyeshadow palette for a day.
Well, that sounds like a video we might do.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No shade at all to Shane or Jeffree. In fact, I'm very much looking forward to the Illuminati palette, and I can only hope that it's Taco Bell scented. Okay, so after those palettes, we're actually nearing the end of our scraping journey. In fact, we only have 2 gurus left. So our penultimate brand is Makeup Geek, which is run by Marlena Stell, and it's a little bit different from some of the other beauty guru brands because it's not just her name, but she is a beauty YouTuber, so she's here. And then our final guru is Huda Katan, aka Huda Beauty, or as Tyler likes to call her,
Huda Booty?
Tyler cannot say Huda Beauty. To be fair, it's difficult to say. Now, Huda, like a couple of the other gurus that we have in this stack, I think is like primarily an Instagram creator. I know she also has a Facebook watch show.
Whatever that is.
I think, but she does of course have a YouTube channel, so I felt like with like all of the elements together, she should be on this list. Also, as we touched on before, her brand name is pretty great. Huda Booty, rockin' everywhere, as they say. All right, so after 12 Huda palettes, we're finally on to our last one. This is all that's standing in between me and sleep right now, so let's wreck it. We're ending with an orange.
Orange, you glad it's over?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm pretty glad it's over. All right, let me put this atop this precarious pile and let's survey our mixture, shall we? So in the end, we had 70 palettes from 30 different gurus. So many dumps were had on this paper. Look how bad my aim was. With a total of 759 individual eyeshadows, giving the average palette about 11 shades. All right, I've pierced the middle. Oh, it's deep. So in our mixture, as well as in our average palettes, we had 62% neutral colors and 38% colorful colors. Oh wow, I just saw a crusty hair in there. Let me procure it. With 27% of those colors being purple, 18% being pink, 14% blue, 13% orange, 13% green, 9% red, and 6% yellow. So even though actual red shades aren't super common, it seems like variants on red like purple, pink, and orange are very popular. And all of that leaves our mixture looking like this, and our average beauty guru palette looking something like this. Oh, and also we found that 54% of the shadows were mattes, 40% were shimmer shades, and 6% were glitters, also represented in our theoretical palette here. So I think that now that we have this mixture, maybe we should just bust out the Fixie kit and see what happens. So with the Fixie kit, you first grind your shadows through the sifter. As it's going through the grinder, it's starting to look like very metallic. Like I'm seeing some shimmer up here. After that, you pour your shadow grounds into the pan you want to use and give it 3 to 4 spritzes of this sort of hand sanitizer scented stuff. All right, one more just for fun. Ah!
Oh yeah.
Okay, I did a little bit more than recommended, but I want it to be strong. Now I have to place this lid firmly over it and press for, oh, I should be standing up. Press for 10 seconds. Then after that, we just lift up the lid, and we have our eyeshadow. Ta-da! Hello, Franken-Guru, and welcome to the world.
You feel like a proud mother right now?
I've birthed an eyeshadow. It smells like alcohol. First impressions on how it looks in my hand is that it definitely looks warmer and browner than the shadow we made when we mixed just my personal eyeshadows last year. But similarly to that one, I am seeing a lot of shimmer in there, as well as some multicolored speckles if you look close enough. So the Fixie kit does say that you can use your newly pressed shadow in like just a few minutes, but I'm gonna let it dry overnight because we've been mixing for hours and I'm about to pass out. So I'm gonna put my Franken-Guru shadow right here, and then tomorrow when we eventually awake, I will return, swatch it, and wear it all day. But in the meantime, we'll place her here so she can sit upon the pigment throne. All right, so it's the next day and our shadow is looking dry and ready to apply. A pimple has also sprung up on my nose to join us in this journey, so welcome, pimple. All right, so this is how it's looking this morning. I think it's looking like slightly more purple and burgundy-ish than it was last night. It does, however, still look more brown than the Franken shadow that I made last year. So this is what the swatch looks like in full sunlight. Ooh. It's quite sparkly and it's sort of like a rosy copper shade. And then in inside light, the swatch looks like this. Less sparkly and more of like a penny color. All right, let's put it on. So I'm just gonna put some eye primer on just to give this eyeshadow a fighting chance. Oh, it is showing up very quickly. I think with the last Franken shadow, I did have to like build it up a little bit. And this one I would say is more pigmented. I think it does work pretty well as like an overall lid shade. And in general, indoors without sunlight, it does look sort of just like a flattering, warm, rosy, taupey brown. I hope that wasn't too many descriptors, but that's sort of how I feel about it. So I'm just gonna finish up my makeup really quick and cover up our friend Sir Pimple, Dame Pimple. Judy Pimple. And then we'll check back in. Okay, so this is my finished makeup look. I think that actually this Franken-Guru all over the lid with the rest of my makeup looks kind of dramatic. Like I feel kind of like, but used more sparingly and perhaps with less of like a cat eye wing, I think it would come off more subtle. So now that my makeup is on, we're going to go outside, see how the shadow looks in different lighting, and then we're gonna do a few different activities, including looking for a dupe at Sephora and also looking at the shadow under a microscope. All right, let's go.
Ooh.
Oh, the sun is bright.
Right in the eye, sorry about that. Oh, it's real shimmery.
I feel like a cat in the sun, or a raisin, either or. That's a poetry joke. I also apologize for that. I'm gonna make an apology video after this.
Yeah, but this apology video will be just failed jokes.
All right, so now that we've seen it out in the sunlight and I've slightly damaged my retinas, let's go to Sephora and see if we can find a similar shade. So I'm just gonna swatch the Franken-Guru on my hand to aid us in our dupe finding quest. There are a lot of dupe candidates because it's just a neutral shimmer, but it's also kind of quietly unique because it's in between purple and brown and also in between matte and like a true metallic. I guess it's sort of a satin, so it's tricky to match actually, as you can see from the numerous swatches on my hand. We also have a swatch from Krusty right here.
Yeah, we need to trim his nails.
All right, so after a decent amount of swatching, I came up with 4 like finalists that I think are pretty close. But out of the 4, the winner for me is this shade right here, which is a Dior Backstage shadow called Shimmer Purple in a palette called Cool Neutrals. So I guess Dior thinks this is a cool neutral purple shimmer, which isn't what I would call it, but it's a pretty good dupe. Okay, so we're at home a few hours later, and I thought it was high time for more science. So I brought out my trusty microscope just so we could take a closer look at what we've got going on here. Okay, so I'm just gonna swatch it on my arm, and then we'll see what we can see. Oh, interesting. Oh wow, you totally can see a lot of different colors under the microscope. Come look. I can see some sort of like brown particles in the cracks in my skin, but with the shimmer that's coating my scales, you can see a lot of different colored glitter. Look, you can see like an orange and a blue and a pink. All these things you can't see with the naked eye, but with science, you can see it.
Science.
AKA a $19 microscope from Amazon. So as a bonus comparison, I'm gonna swatch the OG Franken shadow next to it, just so we can see the difference. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this shadow is obviously much older than the Franken Guru. Actually, I think it's almost exactly a year old.
This is sort of like the 1-year anniversary.
Aww. And when I look at it under the microscope, I do see a few different color pigments, but I would say that I'm seeing less different flecks overall, I feel like. It's sort of more frosted and less multicolored. I think partially because the Gurus had more different colored glitters than I did in my personal collection, and I theorize that the glitter chunks are what we're seeing here. All right, so it's been quite a few hours, so I think it's time to wrap up our day wearing our Franken Guru eyeshadow. I would say that overall it wore pretty well, like it still looks quite good on the eyes. And in terms of the color, I do think it is a nice color, though I will say I wasn't surprised when it turned out to be like a warm, shimmery brown, just because of how many neutrals and variations on red went into the mix. And I think that the strong representation of those colors may just be because neutrals and rosy tones are easy to wear for a lot of people, though I do sort of suspect and wonder if there's some like color theory to it, just because I've seen things about how fast food restaurants and restaurants in general will choose like red and yellow and other warm colors for their logos because that makes people feel hungry and more likely to go in. So I wonder if perhaps the same thing might happen on like social media, like a warm toned look might make people, you know, feel sort of cozy and ready to like. Of course, that's just a hypothesis. I don't know a lot about color theory, but it sounds plausible. So just to truly put a cap on our day, I thought it would be only appropriate to make one more tea joke.
Oh my God.
So I bought some empty tea bags with which to make some Franken Guru tea. It's sort of like stone soup, but not. All right, so I'm going to boil the water so the tea is hot. Should I leave room for milk? No. See, this feels like one of those things where like someone should have stopped me before we got to this point.
Yeah, I think he's sitting behind the camera right now.
All right, so I've let the tea steep for a couple of minutes. So here we go. Cheers to the Gurus. Ooh, it tastes like chalk. But you know, not too bad actually. Sort of a bad feeling in the back of my mouth, like I'm feeling a little bit of like a powder back there. But all in all, I'd take another sip. Do you think this is bad for me?
Most likely.
Valid. Okay. Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna be mixing all of my highlighters together into one giant, hopefully dazzling mega highlighter. So I've previously mixed some of my makeup before, including all of my nude lipsticks, my foundations, my eyeshadows, and my liquid lipsticks. And I would say I've been overall surprised by how well they each turned out. But beyond there being a lot of requests for this particular Franken product, I'm curious to see just what will come out of this. Now, I don't normally wear highlighter on a daily basis because I'm a pretty oily person, so I generate my own sheen throughout the day. But when I go full glam and do wear highlighter, it better be full-on Nikki Tutorials burning out your retinas shiny. So hopefully mixing all of the powers of my highlighters together will achieve that. Also, a big thank you to Olay and Olay Daily Facials for sponsoring this video. Did you like that smooth from under the table lift? It was just, after many bad makeup science experiments, we somehow got sponsored. I think they may have seen just how many makeup wipes we've used over the course of the series and decided they needed to step in and help. So I have their pre-moistened wipes that we're gonna use as our surgeon's rags throughout the mixing portion of the video, and I'll show you guys how to take off your makeup with these dry cloths later on. But first, to the scraping. Let's bring out those highlighters, shall we? For someone who doesn't wear a lot of highlighters, I do have a lot of highlighters here. So I'm gonna try and get a little sampling of each highlighter using this scalpel here to just scrape off a tiny bit into the same pan. And then at the end, once I've done that to all of my highlighters, I'll use this makeup repairing mousse to try and set it all down and turn it into a usable highlighter. I also have these 2 sheets of paper. One is for a fan suggestion to put a piece of paper underneath where I'm like pouring things. So at the end, I don't have to just like wipe all the extra casualties away. I can just
pour it in, and also one for swatching. Although I feel like swatching highlighters on a piece of paper doesn't really allow you to see the highlighter in its full glory because it looks best on skin. So I'm also gonna be swatching them all on my face. All right, I'm done talking now. Let's start scraping. All right, so let's begin with this one, which I wear a decent amount. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. I feel like I have a decent amount of highlighters that are this tan rosy color that are supposed to just be like a little bit of shine on your face. But I do have some more odd ones like purple, rainbow, green, glow in the dark that we'll get to last. All right, let's scrape. Oh yeah, that's a soft one.
Yeah.
It's very velvety.
Just lifting right up.
It's upsetting. All right, let's dump this one in. That's a decent amount, actually. Doesn't look like we've harmed it too horribly. And now I've got a lot on my finger. Perfect, because I gotta swatch it on my face.
So that's highlighter.
Yeah.
That's a good effect.
All right, so I'm gonna grab all of my like natural, like nudie highlighters and do those first.
Oh, this one's bulbous. It's like a little boobish.
Creating a nice little areola mound. Are we gonna get demonetized for that?
You might actually.
This one's pretty tough. I feel like you could almost play this one like a drum. You know those videos that like play All-Star on a thick cat? For example. All that glitters is gold? It was meant to be. Oh, this one has an engraving of a cute flower that hasn't been destroyed yet. Should I kill the design or that's too sad? I'm gonna create my own design. I was gonna create a little heart. Oh, that's a butt heart. We've got another one. I'm gonna try and make a star this time.
It's like the highlighter color of like Patrick from SpongeBob.
This is full glam Patrick. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Here, we can mess up the design on these ones because I don't think there's any space for us to do any freestyle.
That's the most satisfying one yet.
It looks like some spices. Got some cinnamon, some sugar, some other spices. All right, so we're nearing the end of the nudie ones and I'm making some good progress on my face.
You're like beige Rudolph.
Oh, I do kind of look like a deranged reindeer. I think one of the last nudie ones is this one from 7-Eleven. So it's got like two different sides. So let's do them both and see if we can't cascade them in. Kind of looks like someone powdered up Tums. The only good Tums are the mint ones. Don't at me. I'm gonna double swatch this guy because it's got two sides. I was about to go like this. That's not okay. All right, so I think that concludes the normal highlighter portion of this evening. Let's move on to the weird ones, shall we? Look at that paper shine. Staples is quaking. All right, let's start with these ones. We've got purple and red and orange. I call this Charizard cheeks. And this icy blue one. If the last one was Charizard cheeks, this is Elsa's buttocks. Okay, so next up, we're gonna blow through a couple, like these salt and pepper shaker ones, and this one that says it's hollow, but it's not really. I think I should just complete my facial hair and make a highlighter mustache. Highlighting the Cupid's bow, key.
You know what? It kind of works.
All right, so this next one is very glittery. This is the Aurora Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think that we should do this palette kind of like how we did the eyeshadows, where we do a bunch of them in a row and then kind of cascade them in. All right, so this next one is a palette from Huda Beauty, which Tyler calls Huda Booty.
Huda Booty?
It is much easier to say than Huda Beauty.
Huda Booty.
Oh, it's a magnetic palette. It is taking my scalpel with it. I wasn't expecting that. Huda didn't let me know. Okay, so we're nearing the home stretch. I have 5 left in here. So let's start with these rainbows. Now, I never know with these rainbow highlighters if you're supposed to apply it like a rainbow or like mix them all together on your brush and then apply them. So, yeah, I think we should just carve right down the middle. And why don't we put this one like right between my eyebrows, like a little unibrow. Oh, that's nice actually. That's actually a nice highlighter. Highlighter unibrows. Sounds like it could be an Instagram trend, to be honest. All right, so we've got 2 highlighters left, one of which is the famed Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife highlighter. This is a little painful, but this is gonna bring some serious sparkle to our concoction. It's a sacrifice for science. I'm not saying that Rihanna would understand, but maybe she would. You know, I've spent about an hour and a half putting highlighter on places that there definitely shouldn't be highlighter, and I haven't highlighted under my brow bone. So let's put some there. So last up is this glow-in-the-dark highlighter. I wonder how much of this we would have to put in for our concoction to also glow in the dark. All right, that's enough. I'm doing a lot here.
In a feeble attempt to make the entire thing glow in the dark, it's now green.
Okay, so we are done putting all of our highlighter scrapings into the little pan. I just counted and it looks like we've got 45 different highlighter colors in there. That means I also have 45 different colors on my face right now. I think we should collect all of the fallen shavings and put that in as well. And then next, I'm gonna use one of these little sticks to mix our mixture all together. I may also have to do a little bit of grinding as well, because some of the chunks are kind of big. Okay, so I think now that we've mixed it up, we're ready for the moon mousse, which, if I remember the process correctly, you basically pat down the mixture with the spatula and then squirt the mousse onto it. Oh, I forgot that this thing just disappears like magic. All right, now I'm gonna let that absorb in and then pack it down again. Did I put too much on? I'm really curious to know as to why that one spot is just like poking out. Oh my God, it's opening up. Oh, it was a bubble. Wow. All right, it looks like things have calmed down, so I think I'm ready to press this down one more time before we go to bed. I think that if I just leave it open overnight, it'll hopefully evaporate out anyway. If the liquid's still there, it's a liquid highlighter. And besides the mousse, it looks really fun and shiny in there. So I'm pretty excited to get this thing on my face and get the rest of these off my face. All right, so we're gonna whip out our Olay Daily Facials 5-in-1 water-activated dry cloths. Instead of just being a makeup remover, they're supposed to remove your makeup, but also cleanse, tone, exfoliate, and hydrate. Got a lot of stuff going on there. All right, so I'm gonna put it under water, and then you kind of rub it to create a lather. And then this is what I do, so we can get ourselves to California Pizza Kitchen for dinner. Oh wow, look at that. Nothing more satisfying than like a fully used makeup wipe. These things definitely do a pretty thorough job of taking your makeup off. I'm someone who like oftentimes uses an oil-based cleanser to remove my makeup and then a water-based cleanser to like take the oil off. And something that's cool about these is that they kind of take care of both oil and water-based cleansing in one. All right, and then when you're done taking off all your makeups, you rinse the cloth again to kind of like finish off the job. Well, I forgot to go in on my lips. I forgot that I put highlighter there too. All right, so I am all washed, cleansed, toned, refreshed, and ready to go. So we're gonna wrap up for the evening, and tomorrow morning we'll check back in with our Franken highlighter and see how it's doing. All right, so it's the next morning. I've come to inspect our Franken highlighter, and it seems to be looking okay. So last, I'm gonna press this thing down, and then we're gonna do our makeup and put this bad boy on the face. So I'm showered now and ready to do my makeup. Just looking at it in the pan right now, I think it's dried down to be like pretty rose goldy, but let's swatch it on my hand and see how it looks before we get into the face. Oh, wow! Holy crap. That is actually very pigmented. It is super pink though. It's definitely more rose than gold in my opinion. It feels really soft and nice though. The texture is very nice. So since we're nearing a full face of Franken makeup products, I'm gonna also wear my other Franken makeups today and you know, just have the whole family together. So I'm gonna do my makeup right now and make sure to use the Franken foundation, the Franken shadow, and the Franken nude lipstick. So I think that with all of the other Franken products on my face, we're ready to go in with our rosy highlighter. All right, here we go. The cheekbone. I mean, that's there already. So let's do the other side here. This side's slightly more well lit. I don't know if I'd call this blinding yet. Let me apply a little bit more. Let me put a little bit under my brow bone, Cupid's bow, and then tip of the nose, right? I don't know why I said it like that. All right, you can definitely see it on the nose. Wow, hello. All right, so it's on. It's not necessarily blinding in this light, but I'll show you guys how it looks under my like LED panels next door, and then also outside in the sunlight. All right, so here I am in artificial light, and you can definitely see it in here. It's saying hello. Heh is what it says. Yeah, I definitely put so much of this stuff on that it looks kind of like me on a normal day after like 10 hours of being outside. So that's a lot of oil that I would have produced. 10 hours outside with my glands, we're megawatt. All right, so we're out in full sun now.
Oh, it's a little shimmery.
Ty, what do you think of it?
I can see it. Your face looks a little globish, orbital, celestial. Is that what it's supposed to look like?
Celestial is better than globish.
Globish.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the beginning of planet Earth when it comes around. It's like that big bright light.
Ah, so it looks like the sun?
It looks like the sun.
That's good.
That's what I meant.
All right, so we're here at the mall, and we're gonna be looking for a dupe Franken highlighter. I think I'm just gonna swatch them on my hand and try and find a dupe. I guess we could swatch on the face, but I think my face is tired of being swatched upon. All right, so I've got 2 fistfuls worth of swatches of possible dupes for the Franken highlighter. At first I was trying to swatch a lot of them that were sort of like pinky looking, but a lot of those ones that look pink in the pan end up kind of like gold or peachy on the skin. But these on my right hand are the better swatches. This one is the pink shade from the Sephora Luminizing palette, and this one is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Mood Light. All right, now let's confirm. If anything, the Franken highlighter is just like a more shimmery version of these guys. Maybe that little bit of extra shine is the glow in the dark. Speaking of that, how should we see if this thing's glow in the dark? Just go somewhere dark and see what happens?
Is that how the other one works?
I think so. Okay, so it turns out the way you test this glow in the dark highlighter is with a black light. So we got one. Just so you guys know, this is what the glow in the dark highlighter looks like next to a black light.
Nice. Well, that's crazy.
Okay, and then this is our highlighter with the black light on it. Look at my mustache right now.
Is it glow in the dark? Oh, there is a little bit of it, yeah.
Right in the Cupid's bow?
Do you have any under your eyebrow?
Oh yeah. The cheek, not so much. I guess it's hard to see it because it's more spread out. I think the Cupid's bow / mustache area was somehow allocated a lot of the glow in the dark pigments. I don't know what all the other specks are around my face. There's like blue specks too.
What is that?
It's questionable. All right, so that was my day wearing my Franken highlighter. When I first put it on my face in the sort of like shady natural light of the other room, it didn't look like super shiny, but once we got under the artificial lights and then out in the sun, and also when comparing it to other highlighters in Sephora, I was pretty impressed by how it looked. One of the interesting things to me about it is that there were so many interesting colored highlighters that went into this Franken highlighter, and on my face, it looks pretty normal. That said, I was surprised that I could see some of the glow-in-the-dark pigments on my face. I did have a little bit of a heavy hand in there, you know, just trying to get some in there, but I don't know, my mustache was a-glowing, and that is my desired look. So all in all, I would say this is a good addition to the Franken family. They all seem to be living in harmony together on my face right now. I actually think they sort of suit each other. All the siblings getting along.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna be mixing every hand sanitizer from Bath & Body Works together into one single Franken sanitizer. Move aside bacteria, there's a new sheriff in town, and it's a monster. So previously on our channel, I've mixed together a lot of things, including a heckin' lot of lipstick, every candle from Bath & Body Works, every bath bomb from Lush, and every possible wedding cake flavor, generally to try and figure out what the average, most marketable, or mode, shade, scent, or flavor of those things are. Bad makeup science has truly evolved into a way of life. Or rather, a way of destruction and rebirth.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Now, many of you are probably familiar with my bestie Bath & Body Works as a strongly scented presence in any mall or shopping center, notorious for their numerous candles, body sprays, soaps, and lotions, as well as just general holiday pandemonium. This is a madhouse. And as many of you might also know, Bath & Body Works also makes a huge variety of different hand sanitizers, with many of their signature scents. Now, obviously, because of recent worldwide goings-on, hand sanitizer has become more and more an everyday item for a lot of us. And one day, during a routine slathering with one of my standard clear hand sanitizers, I thought, couldn't this be more fun? So I figured, why not mix together one of every hand sanitizer from Bath & Body Works to help me battle germs in true bad makeup science style. I'm not sure if mixing a bunch of hand sanitizers together is actually gonna make them more effective, but it will certainly be more unhinged. All right, let's do this. to Bath & Body Works we go. So our first step here was to gather all of our hand sanitizers, which we've done over the course of a few months, starting in December in LA. All right, so we are in the parking lot next to the Bath & Body Works. Usually in this segment, I do a fair amount of filming in the store. We go in, we count, we lament the number of things we're about to buy.
We tend to say things about how heavy the bag is.
Yeah, but I feel like just right now, I don't want to harass the shop staff too much. I feel like they're dealing with enough already. So I'm thinking we just do a surgical strike here. We go in, we get the sanitizers, we leave. Cool?
Cool.
Cool. Why did I do it like this?
That was not graceful.
Why did I do it like this? And across a few stores in the LA area, we found 38 hand sanitizers in total, which we then brought across the country with us on our cross-country road trip.
Sunshine, man. Oof. That's nice.
We also hit up a couple of stores in Philadelphia in January, as well as did some shopping in North Carolina this spring. And then we filled in the blanks from all of that with what we found online.
It's kind of like a heavily scented game of whack-a-mole.
Which brings us to now. Now, as we realized in our melting every candle from Bath & Body Works video, Bath & Body Works is pretty fast and loose with telling anyone what they stock. What they have online does not match with what's available in the store, and different things are available in different stores. So, if you're asking, how do I know that I have all the hand sanitizer flavors? The answer is I don't. But we have 70, which feels like a critical mass. Now, as a quick disclaimer, we are not in any way trying to hoard sanitizers. I think at some point last year, hand sanitizer was kind of scarce, so I wanted to wait to start this experiment until it seemed like they were solidly back in stock. I also tried to buy the tiny travel size ones when I could, and any extra sanitizers we have at the end of this experiment, we'll make sure to donate. Also, we focused just on the gel-like hand sanitizers and not on the newer liquid spray ones. So with all of that in mind, let's talk about how we're gonna do this. We've divided our 70 sanitizers into 10 categories based on scent family. They do list all of the fragrance notes that are in each sanitizer on their website, but we mainly just focused on the vibes.
Names, labels, color.
Exactly. All of the above. And in terms of our method here, I was thinking what we should do is just measure out like an equal amount of each hand sanitizer into this Pyrex glass bowl. And then once we have them all in there, we will mix them up, syringe them, and squeeze them into our own large hand sanitizer bottle. And that's the idea. I'm excited about it. All right, let's do it. Now, one thing about our collection of sanitizers is that we purchase them in between December and April, which means we kind of got like almost the whole spectrum of Bath & Body Works scents. We got like a taste of all seasons, really. So I was thinking what we should do is start off with the autumn scents, the autumnal scents, the fall scents. Starting with sweet cinnamon pumpkin. I guess I should probably give it a quick sniff. Ooh, I guess one thing about sanitizers is there is like an initial alcohol, right? Like there's a sting, but let me try and sniff below the alcohol. Yeah, it's giving me kind of like arts and crafts store vibes.
Oh.
Kind of smells like a Michael's.
Oh.
Or like a pumpkin spice like Yankee Candle.
Okay.
Very spicy. Pumpkin-y, spicy, a little bit of alcohol fumes at the top. And for each sanitizer, I'm gonna measure out 10 grams. I'm gonna throw some G's in this bowl using my scale. Oh, we're going. Oh, 9. That's 10.
That's 10?
That's 10 grams, baby.
That little gloop right there.
Yeah. Now, there are 8 of these autumnal scents, and they mostly evoke things you either drink or eat during the fall, like vanilla chais and pumpkin lattes. Oh, there is a latte. Latte. Or things you might wear in the crisp morning air. This one is sweater weather. Sweater weather. And these ones either smelled kind of sweet. This one smells like a grocery store cheese Danish, with notes like marshmallow and vanilla. This one smells like a Victoria's Secret.
Spray? Bra? Store?
Store.
Okay.
Like just a strong vanilla scent.
Right.
Maybe a little musky almost. Alessandra Ambrosio's armpit. Or they sort of smelled crisp and woody. Ooh. With kind of like dudish vibes. Old Spice body wash?
Oh yeah?
Or the Axe body wash that's like blue. Ooh yeah. There we go.
It is oddly satisfying to look at. The little bobas make it look kind of galaxy.
That is one fun thing about the Bath & Body Works sanitizers, is they have like moisturizing beads.
Yes.
Most of them are blue.
Right.
But I'm still excited about them. And then to finish off this category,
yes,
we have a big guy. Crisp Morning Air. I think I have to like pop it open, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Nailed it. Oh, yeah, it's crisp.
That was diving face first into it, Saf.
Yeah. Well, not the most aesthetically pleasing to end the round, but autumn in the bowl. Let's take a whiff. Really toothpastey. Like really, really toothpastey. I really don't understand where that's coming from because there is no mint in here. Kind of smells like a sweet apple cider toothpaste.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting. But we'll see what happens over the next couple of hours. All right, so that's one category down. Now let's move on to winter. So there are 9 winter scented sanitizers, which are either literally about frozen water, like icicles and snowballs and fresh, sparkling snow. I don't know why, was that a little Jennifer Coolidge? I'm taking the dog. Dumbass. Or some kind of wintry fruit, like winter candy apple, frosted cranberry, and snowy peach berry.
Do peaches grow when it's snowing? I would have said no.
I don't think Bath & Body Works operates in the same universe that we do. And a lot of the colors in this category were quite festive. Oh yeah, it's red. This is impressive. Now it looks like a bizarro snowman.
It does.
Do you want to build a demon? But even though the fragrance notes in this category screamed woodsy and fruity, a lot of these ones just ended up smelling like hairspray. Yeah, like a sweet Garnier Fructis smell. Just a lot of hairspray. Yeah, that one's like extra hold. That was like extra firm hold hairspray. It's just getting like more intense as we keep going. No matter how hard I sniffed. Can you hear like a little whistling when I do that?
I can. It's like a bad recorder.
Am I playing the sanitizer like a flute? Which to me doesn't seem like a wintry smell, unless maybe it's like a nutcracker thing. Okay. You know what I mean? You're like, ballerinas in the nutcracker need hairspray. But that seems like a stretch. All right, so that is all of our wintry scents in the bowl. So let's move on now to our next category, which is winter, Christmas. Now I have 6 Christmassy scents, or at least more Christmassy than not. I feel like it's hard to like really delineate between what is winter and what is Christmas because they're very interlinked brands, but they're all going in the bowl, so it doesn't really matter. And in these 6 sanitizers, there are a lot of peppermint notes. Kind of smells like a Starbucks like peppermint mocha. Did you see that one like skip across?
What was that?
I don't know. Maybe that was a bead?
It might have been a bead.
It was a rogue bead. As well as a dash of cinnamon. That one smells kind of like Christmas potpourri. And some sugary and vanilla notes. Hello? Excuse me?
Paging Vanilla Bean Noel.
Yeah, just plain vanilla. A lot of these ones also have some seriously cutesy names, like Slay All Day, but like Slay like S-L-E-I-G-H, like the sleigh. And then I've got Oh Snap, Merry Cookie. I think this might be how they got into trouble with Christine a few years back when they used her "Hello, it's me" saying for a sanitizer. They're just doing a lot here. Naming recklessly and getting ceased and desisted. Oh, snap. All right, and with that, all of the Christmas sanitizers are in, and the bowl smells like interstitial whiff here. Ooh, I was too close. Ooh, just burned off some brain cells. I think it smells kind of like a mimosa.
Oh.
Kind of like sweet orange alcohol.
Ah, so it's Christmas brunch.
Yeah. So now that we're done with Christmas, winter, and autumn, we can move into springier pastures. Into the new year. Let's go. So now we're moving into the floral category. And we have 6 of these, some of which are very sweet, almost heavy floral scents with berry undertones, like Mad About You. This one is one of the only ones that has glitter instead of blue moisturizing beads. Oh yeah, that's glittery. You're the One, which is really perfumey. Smells kind of like if you get trapped in an elevator with a woman wearing perfume. Perhaps what, a Real Housewives reunion might smell like. And Sweet Pea, which is the Bath & Body Works body spray that I had in middle school.
Wow.
This is what I might have smelled like as I attended a Hilary Duff concert in 2004. Maybe 5. And the rest of which are mostly fresh-smelling flowers, like French lavender. I don't know what differentiates French lavender from other lavenders.
It's got an accent.
Sacre bleu. And cactus blossom. Kind of smells like a Bonnie Bell lip gloss with a hint of tequila. All right, I'm going more in this corner.
All right.
It just looks a little foggy over there. I don't want it to like dry up weirdly.
Yeah, we gotta keep fighting off
the fog.
Yeah.
There we go. And with that, we are done with the florals and we're moving on to the booze. Now, I'm kind of thinking of this as like, the spring break category, if you will, right? We moved into spring sprung, now we're drinking. And there are 8 boozy sanitizers. I think the alcoholic ones make sense because they kind of like meld with the natural alcohol content of the sanitizer. Makes sense to me. Most of which are kind of champagne-based drinks, like champagne toast. Smells a bit casino-y.
Okay.
Vague Vegas vibes. The vaguest of Vegas vibes. Or peach Bellini, very peachy and alcohol-y. Or champagne apple and honey. This one does smell kind of like spiked apple juice.
Oh.
And yet somehow also L'Oreal Kids apple shampoo. And some with glitter, though I guess that doesn't really affect the smell. We've also got a couple of tropical-ish drinks, like Island Margarita and Mango Mai Tai. Smells like the Body Shop, actually. Not to name drop a Bath & Body Works competitor, but it smells like a Body Shop mango body butter. And one random wino to top it off. There we go.
It's just a giant gelatinous bowl.
I know. It's almost giving me like bizarre mid-century dessert vibes.
There could definitely be some like tuna fish in there.
Yeah, it's like Jell-O salad or something. All right, do I dare take a whiff of boozy?
Or you get hammered.
Yeah, I'm smelling a lot of alcohol and peach. Earlier it was more mimosa. Now it's skewing Bellini. The champagne toast and the peach Bellini are joining forces to burn off my nose hairs. All right, so with the booze out of the way, why not journey to the spa? Let's go on a spa getaway. So in the spa category, I have 8 sanitizers, and these are either explicitly labeled as aromatherapy ones. They say they've got essential oils in them, so fancy. Or they just have spa-like vibes.
Things that are sprayed onto your face or put onto towels, kind of.
Yes, with notes of eucalyptus, mint, tea, lily, cucumber, melon, and a bit of vanilla. I feel like this is like my vibe. Like when I actually shop for myself at Bath & Body Works, I usually go this way, not the blueberry pancake way. The eucalyptus way. And these either smelled amazing. White almond and lavender is a 10 out of 10. Almost like a floral marzipan. Yes, I love almond paste. Marzipan is my shit. Or they just kind of smelled like cucumber-infused water. It kind of smells like nothing.
What's fresh water?
Just spa. It just all smells like the spa. So even though I enjoy them and their subtlety,
that one was also beadless.
Oh, it was. I can't imagine these will have a huge impact on the final product. Okay, so now I have 2 smaller categories. I have a general sweets category and also miscellaneous not tropical fruits. Fruits that didn't make it into tropical or summer. And for our just sweet category, we have 3 sanitizers: warm vanilla sugar, strawberry pound cake, and BU. Not to be confused with Boston University. It is in fact sweet sugar sprinkles. And then we have 3 miscellaneous fruits as well, 2 of which are raspberry based. I have Have Courage and Be Kind, aka Raspberry Lemon, and Raspberry Tangerine. And these are very strong. Whoa. This one smells like raspberry syrup concentrate.
Oh. So it wasn't misc fruit, it was aggressive fruit.
Oh, wow. Let's get this one over with. It's making me a little lightheaded.
I like how the pile is starting to jiggle.
Ooh.
It's so formidable.
It is formidable. It's like jiggling as a unit. All right. So now that we have these two out of the way,
It's getting pretty deep.
the side view is sort of cool. We can move on to our penultimate category, which is the summer category. Things are heating up in the kitchen. Now, there are 8 summer-scented sanitizers, which I would say fall into 2 subcategories. One of which is really bright, fresh, lemony scents with very similar names, like Sun-Washed Citrus, and Sunshine and Lemons, and Be the Sunshine Citrus Sunshine. Also different, but also the same.
Can we make it sunshine? That's the executive at Bath & Body Works. More sunshine, people.
And then the other half of the summery scents are sort of watery, sea salty ocean smells, kind of like coconut sunscreen driftwood, with just like generally beachy Hollister vibes, plus mint. A minty Hollister. And besides those ones, it's on my lip.
I saw it flowing wildly there.
Oh,
You ate it.
no, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to. It tasted kind of good. We have one watermelon lemonade. Very different from all of the other summer scents, but summery nonetheless. So with these guys out of the way, we're on to our last category, the tropical scents. And we've got 11 of these bad boys, which either smell like tropical fruits, mango, pineapple, coconut, pina colada, maybe. Or they're supposed to represent more abstract beachy concepts like sands, Pacific palms, or saltwater breezes.
That sounds like a nice tropical getaway.
But unfortunately, at some point in this section, this one is Honolulu Sun. Which smells oddly like Play-Doh. I started losing my head. Yeah, wow. Can't unsmell that. I guess it was inevitable that these sanitizers would eventually get the best of me. Then next up, I've got Pineapple Mango, which does smell like both pineapple and mango, but sort of also punched me in the face. I lasted 10 rounds, but finally got KO'd by the odor. Wow, I have pineapple mango in my brain. I got. Surprise! This is my YouTube boxing debut. I am actually a bit lightheaded right now. My Nose versus Bath & Body Works. Woo! Woo!
All right, well, let's rub those last 2 brain cells together and get to the finish line.
All right. So I limped to the finish line. Then next up, I've got Copacabana Coconut.
Woo!
Say that 8 times fast.
Can't say it once fast.
Can't say it at all. Can't say it, won't say it. Until Orange Sunrise, my last sanitizer, finally ended my misery. Ooh, Tang is a kick in the face.
You are the face that's been kicked.
But with that, we have all of our sanitizers in our bowl here. I am very impressed with how colorful it is, and I will try and give it a pre-mix sniff for you guys, but I can't promise anything.
Yeah, it's just very citrusy, in my opinion.
Can't smell anything else. Just had a bit of a head rush, but I'm okay. I'm back.
Wait, it is pungent though.
Guess who's back? It's me. So before I fall over, I think it's time that we grab our spatula and start mixing. I might need to just stick my head in like a bucket of ice. All right, I'm back. So now what I'm gonna do is just take our bizarre jelly mixture off of the scale and onto a paper towel. Look at how different it looks already, right? With like a different background.
That's crazy.
Ew, look how it moves. So all in all, these 70 hand sanitizers had 207 individual fragrance notes. All right, ready? Ooh, oh, it's weird.
Oh, it is weird.
Ooh, it's groovy. With general fruity notes being the biggest percentage by far. Groovy, baby. With 14%. Dude, what the hell? Why is that so cool?
It is cool.
Then we have citrus notes with 12%. This is like a soap art almost.
It is. Oh yeah.
And floral notes also with 12%. I love how like the colors are like suspending. It has a bit more structural integrity than I would have guessed. Then we have the berry notes with 8%, sugary notes also with 8%, and then woody notes like mahogany, pine, and balsam at 7% of the total mixture. It is surprisingly sparkly.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of glitter right now.
Yeah, for only having like 3 sparkly ones in there, as well as watery notes, straight up just vanilla notes, and leafy or plantish notes at 5% each. All right, so it has arrived at kind of like a cranberry-esque color.
Nice cram.
Whole ocean spray.
Oh yeah.
And essentially what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to syringe the mixture into this bottle. Ready? Is this gonna work?
I don't know.
We'll see. Oh my God, are you seeing this?
That is working.
The spatula fell, it's okay. We're
Spatula
gonna
down.
keep moving. Now, just for some bonus data. Oh my God, oh my God. The specific words that appear the most frequently in our list of fragrance notes are fresh, vanilla, sparkling, juicy, lemon, apple, coconut, and sugar. Oh, there's a big air pocket, but that's fine. I'm gonna transfer. Oh, I made this too tall for me to use.
All right, here we go.
And the words that appear the most frequently in the titles of the sanitizers, woo, are citrus vanilla coconut, the sweet pumpkin sunshine, cherry and champagne, peach mango winter. Oh yeah. It's a little air bubbly. Oh. But in general, that's the idea. So we'll see if any of those themes emerge in our final product.
Can you go back in for more?
Yeah, we gotta fill this baby up.
All right, let's do it.
So after topping this guy off, we finally have a bottle of Franken sanitizer. It looks pretty cool, to be honest.
It does look like a vial of insanity.
It has serious mad scientist vibes. I also think the air bubbles are helping with that effect. Yeah, it does. It looks like it's bubbling. Really quick, before we smell it, I'm gonna make a few little minis.
Yes.
Little babies with the rest of our mixture, so this does not go to waste. And I feel like we gotta do it now before it congeals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing like little beads getting sucked up by the syringe.
Suck on that. And by that, I mean the beads. So with those out of the way, essentially the next question is, what the heck does this thing smell like? So I'm just gonna give it a quick squirt right now and see how it smells. Here we go. Oh, it's happening.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Shall I rub my hands together
Yes.
and release the Kraken?
Let's do it.
All right, rubbing it in, still rubbing. Now I'm gonna air dry the scent, and smell. Oh my word, that is a frosted Christmas wreath. Yeah, it's somehow simultaneously orange and Christmas, and Michael's craft store. Oh, but as it's drying down, I'm getting some different notes. There might be like a sweet pineapple in there.
Ooh, this has got layers.
It is Christmas crafts in Hawaii.
Oh,
I love this footage right now. It's just me smelling my hands.
like superstar.
Like a crazy person.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I've said all that I can say about it right now. I kind of need to give my face a smelling break, so I think that we should give it a rest for the night. But we are gonna do a few things to really nail down the scent, like bringing in some extra nostrils, and then also cross-reffing it with our other sanitizers.
All right, let's get you away from the alcoholic fumes.
All right, before I pull a Meredith Palmer, let's go. All right, so it is the next day. It's tomorrow. It's the future. Now, I was mildly afraid that our Franken sanitizer would like settle or separate, you know, so we'd end up with like an ombre, but it is looking good this morning. Look at that. And I don't know if you can see, but the beads and the glitters are like pretty evenly distributed. No, don't focus on my face. Nope, don't focus on me.
There we go. Yeah, oh, actually you can really see the glitter right here. It is glitter mania.
So I did give this guy another sniff with fresh nostrils.
All right, here we go. Can you see it? Oh, it's sliding down my hand, never mind. Let's rub that in. Ooh, oh. Ooh, oh.
And I've concluded that I think it mostly smells like sweet orange potpourri.
Orange is in potpourri sometimes.
Orange is in potpourri sometimes, you're right. Like a dried orange, a petrified orange.
Which was semi-confirmed by our guest sniffers.
Hello, Tyler.
Spritz me.
Welcome to my vlogging camera.
Hi.
Husband Tyler.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Expert baker Rosanna Pansino.
Oh, it smells like so many things.
And Matt and Steph Pat from The Game Theorists.
Ah, it is strawberry crossed with penicillin.
We also tried to send it to Simply Christine Logical in Canada, but customs rejected it. And although Tyler sort of gave us nonsense,
It smells like a lovely store. An inviting store. Maybe one that like sells cards, almost like a well-fragranted papyrus.
our other smellers were generally in agreement that our sanitizer smelled strong,
Whoa! Okay.
So top smells are
Alcohol.
alcohol.
fruity,
From the looks of it, it's with my head. It smells like cranberry. It smells like
Straight out of a hospital.
Mixed berry.
and also kind of sweet/spicy.
I'm also getting some vanilla. Are you getting some vanilla once it's on your hands?
All of my nose buds are dead.
vanilla, pumpkin spice. It smells like gingerbread, cinnamon. It smells like the holidays.
Like maybe someone made a terrible decision and made like a gingerbread hand sanitizer and like maybe it's in there somewhere. I'm not sure.
It's a weird combination, but I actually like it. Safiya, if you are testing and developing a hand sanitizer line, count me in. I will take a couple of these.
And when attempting to triangulate the scent by smelling some of the sanitizers that went into it, we found that a combination of ho ho ho, 'tis the season, crisp morning air, and orange sunrise was a pretty close comp. In general, I think the fruity/berry vibes of the Franken sanitizer definitely make sense when you look at our fragrance note breakdown, but interestingly, spicy scents like cinnamon and clove make up only about 4% of the total mixture, which means they're definitely punching above their weight class and bringing some fall and winter vibes to our aroma.
I like that you're smelling like this.
I'm trying to lock in a scent.
So I think that is our best attempt at conveying the Franken sanitizer smell.
Now, as for how it feels, which I think is also like another aspect of the hand sanitizer, is like, you know, what it actually feels like on your hands. It is quite moisturizing. Like, I don't feel super dried out, which is a huge plus, but I do feel a bit of residue. Like, you can feel it on your hands once you've put it on. It's not the worst I've ever felt, but it is there.
And in general, I really like how it ended up looking and smelling, as I think the fragrance actually really does seem to capture Bath & Body Works' spectrum of scents. Like, we do have a little bit of a Christmas in July vibe going here. So all in all, I think our Franken sanitizer turned out much better than expected. I'm not sure how much potency it has left after being mixed in a Pyrex, and I did potentially get some sanitizer permanently lodged in my brain.
Someday, someone's gonna evaluate your sinuses and they're gonna be like, man, there's a lot of stuff up there.
Yeah, autopsy report. Just like particles of Bath & Body Works. An entire Bath & Body Works store was found inside her nasal cavity. But nevertheless, I am pleased.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be mixing all of my foundations together into one nice brew. So about a month ago, I did a video where I melted all of my nude lipsticks together into one Franken lipstick. And after that pretty successful experiment, I wanted to see what other makeups I could mix. And foundations came to mind as one that would be possible. Firstly, I was interested to see what would happen when I mixed them together. But unlike lipsticks, which are more just like about your taste or like what you like, foundations are generally supposed to match the skin on your face. And I still have yet to find my perfect foundation, one that has like the perfect color, perfect undertones, and perfect formula for my skin type. So I was thinking, if I mix them all together, maybe I would get the midpoint of all of them and then get something that's close-ish to my perfect foundation. So I'm gonna mix all of my foundations together right now to see what the color is like, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wear it all day long to see how the formula is. All right, let's bring in the foundation. Here they are. It is a little bit more difficult to be a hoarder of foundation than it is to be a hoarder of lipstick, but I will say in general, I do have hoarding tendencies. I don't like to throw things away, so a couple in here might be expired or at least close to expired. So my plan is to go at this like a baseball team. Like we're gonna have every foundation come up to bat, and I'm gonna squirt like one good squirt in of each foundation, see where we are, do a second at bat, and a third at bat. There's no other baseball team. There's just one team though. You know what I mean. Who shall be the first victim? Why don't we begin with my custom foundation? Now, I got this custom foundation for a video in late March, early April. When I first got it, it was a little bit lighter than I thought it would be. And on camera, it looks like a dead-on match. And in person, it looks like a little pale. So perfect it is not, but probably this would be like the closest to perfect that I have. Okay, so let's squirt this one in first. Was that satisfying? It's unclear. Next, let's do these NYX Total Control Drop Foundations. I'm kind of like in between the two of them, I think. But I like this foundation mostly. It's a little on the watery side.
It looks like baby formula.
But it's mostly good. Let's do this Urban Decay one. This is probably one of the older ones that is in here. It's probably actually the oldest one that's in here. But I actually tried it on earlier today to see if it was truly expired, and it seemed fine. This foundation is a little bit on the yellowy side. I like the formula. The color is just not quite right. And I got the chance to swatch it. Maybe I was just like swept off my feet by the lady at Sephora. All right, so I'm gonna burn through a couple of these just because there's a couple that aren't that interesting. They're just sort of like ones that I use sometimes. Some of them are more number one and others are more like number two. It's liquid foundation, so the texture was always gonna be a dynamic of this video. I'm trying to make sure they're all as equally in there as possible without actually measuring them. Okay, so this is a sample of an IT Cosmetics CC cream in medium. That one looks particularly like a skid mark. I used to use this thing all the time, but then I abandoned it because I thought it might be the wrong color, but I'm bringing it back. So this is a NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint that I used pretty much all of last summer, and it was only at the end of the summer that I realized that it was much more orange than I had thought. So naturally, I have to own up to my mistakes and put it in. That's enough. That's quite enough. Okay, so this is my last one. This is the foundation that I use all the time nowadays. This is from The Ordinary. It is a serum foundation in the color light medium neutral. Though it is nice on the face, it's kind of like a stray shooter. Like it kind of, you know, you'll squirt and it'll be like, it's a little excitable. Okay, so that's like one full rotation. At this point, I'm actually not sure what the color is gonna be like. I actually think probably the bigger question is what the formula is gonna be like when we start mixing them together, because there are a lot of different textures in there, weirdly. It almost smells like rubbing alcohol. It'll be fine, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go through a couple more at-bats and then see how much we have. The thing is, like, I have worn all of these separately, so together they should be fine. It's not like it suddenly turned radioactive. It's just the question of like how they'll work together, you know? We do have a little bit of like a volcanic island forming in there. We're just nearing the end with this one, so it's kind of like on its last legs, you know? Time for science. All right, so that's my second time through. There's a decent amount more in there, so I really think that 3 times through will be perfect. Let's do it again. This is a little less violent than the lipsticks. It's a little more erotic. There's a little bit of a blockade forming at the neck. I think I might like eventually plop down. Oh yeah. I think that looks like enough. If it's really amazing, we can always mix more, I suppose. That's a big if.
It almost looks like a layered mousse cake.
Looks like the Grand Canyon. So I am going to mix this all together with my little wooden mixing tool.
Ooh, it's got a milkshake vibe to it even.
It kind of is turning a little bit like frothy almost.
Make me hungry.
Okay, so I mixed this guy up. So I'm just gonna put my cap on here. Basically the way this thing goes is that like it creates like a vacuum. You gotta just pump away until the foundation reaches the top. It's ready. This is our first contact. It's alive. I'm gonna dip my brush in there and then let's put it on the face. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
That looks pretty good.
It's a little on the golden side, but as I wipe it in, it seems to be not bad, not bad. The smell is like sunscreen or something like strong. Maybe that expired one is just rearing its ugly head. The consistency is pretty thin. It's like a little on the watery side. I think the watery ones won out.
I actually think that this may work somewhat. I don't know if it's a perfect equilibrium of all of these colors, but it's actually like a pretty good foundation color.
Just to compare, I'm just gonna put my Frankenstein foundation next to my custom foundation and we'll see what they look like next to each other. See, my Frankenstein's a little bit more goldy than my custom. I think because of my tendency, especially in mid 2016, to go for the golden undertone, like a real strong parchment flavor. But we'll see how it does tomorrow, because I think the color is pretty good, but the formula is just really the question. Franken Foundation is alive. Frankendation, Foundationstein. They're both okay. All right, so it is tomorrow, the next day, and I am ready to put on my Frankendation. I'm sticking with Frankendation. It looks pretty good still. It's not really separating. There are a couple of little spots where it feels like I didn't mix it all the way. Let me just give it a little shake. I don't think this is gonna do anything at all. Pump a little on the back of my hand. Ooh, yeah. It is a little bit more watery than I might expect. It seems to be spreading fine. The odor is less strong than it was yesterday, so hopefully it's like calming down a bit. It's interesting, like when I touch this foundation with my finger, it's a little bit slippery, but also clings to my skin very quickly. I think I'm feeling like literally different foundations doing different things. I feel like this lighting is like low-key kind of scary. I'm like, hello, children. Okay, I think that is one full coat of foundation. Let's take a look in like the natural light so we can see what it looks like. It seems to pretty decently match my double chin when I do my double chin test. It is a little dewy, and it's not like 100% full coverage. Like you can see some of my little freckles, but I'm liking it. So I am going to finish off my makeup routine, and then I'll check back in when it's all done, and then we'll see how it lasts throughout the day. All right, so my finishing touch has to be my Franken Nude lipstick. No one will know that I'm just wearing a bunch of random stuff mixed together on my face today. So I think I'm done with my makeup. I'm ready to go about my day. I think that in general, the foundation is actually pretty nice. It's actually turned more matte than I would have expected after my first impressions last night and this morning. Honestly, my only concern is that the foundation will stratify, perhaps on my face, perhaps in the bottle, and over time, the formulas won't work well together. Okay, let's get on with it. All right, so I am out and about right now. It's a little bit hot outside. It's definitely hot enough that I feel myself moistening. I don't think the foundation is moving. Like when I wipe my face with my fingers, it's not just like coming off on my fingers. It's an interesting consistency. I've never tried a foundation that feels exactly like this. Maybe it's because there's so much SPF in there. It kind of feels like sunscreen in a way, more like a lotion. Here's my face in the full sun. Oh wow, doesn't look like there are any real sunglass grooves around the nose. That's pretty darn impressive. Okay, so it's a couple hours later. We are at Costco right now. I'm still not dewy. I'm still pretty matte, which is very surprising.
So I met Safiya at Costco and I completely forgot that she was wearing this stuff today. I think it looks great.
I'm liking it. Okay, so it's been probably about 4 hours, maybe almost 5 at this point. I think I'm definitely getting a little dewy around the cheeks, but the rest of my face is pretty matte still. I mean, it's a hot day outside and I've been walking around for a while, so I'm finally getting like some shine, but not that much to be honest. Since it's doing so well, I kind of just want to see how far we can push it. So let's get some spicy food and go to yoga just to see what happens. Okay, some kung pao chicken and some sriracha later. I am not really any shinier, so spicy food is warming my insides, but my face is still pretty decent. So I guess our last resort to try and take this thing down is hot yoga. That was a pretty hard class.
That's impossible.
Look at my hair right now. My face is in less bad condition than I would think.
The foundation's just like fusing into your skin.
That's kind of how it feels to me right now. I like it so much, I'm just absorbing it. This is an impressive foundation. I'm generally pumped. That was a hard class. I think we gotta go home and shower. Okay, so we are home after yoga now. I have not yet showered. My nose is done for, but there's still foundation actually left on the cheeks, under the eyes, maybe a bit on the forehead, maybe a bit on the chin. I didn't expect it to last through yoga. But I think up until that point, it had lasted pretty well. One of my concerns was that the foundation would settle in the tube, but I actually don't think it did. I'm just gonna maybe occasionally stir this up again just to make sure nothing's stratifying. But on my face, it's working really well. This experiment actually did bring out a lot of the good things about these foundations and also like rein in the parts that I didn't like as much. I honestly would use this foundation again. I kind of want to mix up more. I think this Frankendation gets a 9.5 out of 10, but a 10 out of 10 would wear again.
Hello friends and welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna be mixing all of my liquid lipsticks together into one giant mega lipstick. So I've previously mixed my nude solid lipsticks, my foundations, and my eyeshadows. And overall, the results were surprisingly good. So I've returned once again for some bad makeup science in my quest to eventually complete an entire Franken face of makeup. When I looked at the makeup that I had yet to mix, the largest collection by far was my liquid lipsticks. As you guys may know, I'm a little bit of a lipstick fiend, hoarder, and pack rat, and liquid lipsticks are no exception. Now, admittedly, doubling back to lipsticks doesn't help me get there any faster, but I just have so many liquid lipsticks, I just wanted to know what would happen. Okay, let's bring them in. There are the lipsticks, and here are the tools. The whole gang's back together again. Now, when I mixed my nude lipsticks together, I purposely left out the liquid lipsticks because I didn't think that they would mix well with the solid ones, and also because I was pretty sure they would start drying down really quick. In fact, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Now, I've tested a couple of methods, and contrary to what one might think, you can't just syringe the liquid out of there because it doesn't really pool. It kind of like sticks to the sides of the tube, and you can't exactly scrape out the insides with a different tool or anything because you'll probably break the top of the tube, like this little plastic part right here, which is what I did to this one. So here's how I'm gonna try and do this. I'm gonna use these syringes and scrape a little lipstick from the brush onto the plastic tube portion of these syringes and then squirt them into the receiving tube. If this sounds like a convoluted plan, it is. So let's try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll be filming the Franken highlighter video later tonight. Okay, let's begin. Who shall be our first victim? How about young Kylie? All right, so I'm gonna begin with this one, which is the Kylie Cosmetics Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the color Rosy. I'm gonna swatch it first, and then let's see if we can pull this off. All right, let's start trying to scrape it off right here. Now I've got this amount of liquid lipstick up there. I'm gonna use this plunger and then try and squirt it out into here. The amount of lipstick that's gonna come in here is gonna be minuscule, isn't it? Oh, shiznit. All right, here we go. I don't have quite enough to drop it out. I need more. Kylie, damn it, don't you know what I'm trying to do over here? All right, let's see. Oh, shit. Some sprayed out. Oh, did you see that? There's definitely a little log in there. There's also a bit of a squirt. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? There are these two in here that I can just squirt in without doing all the syringe stuff. These are the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Liquefied Liquid Lipsticks. So maybe I should squirt these in just to get like a base to kind of start working off of. There we go. That's some good content.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That was our first good one. All right, heading back to the syringe method. We had a couple of easy peasies, but getting back to whatever the f I'm doing over here. We're learning as we go.
You feel like a surgeon?
I hope this isn't what surgeons feel like.
I don't know, it's kind of like a colonoscopy.
Ew!
Oh my God, that worked.
That was something. I think that was mostly the last lipstick that we put in, the Kylie one. I think maybe I should separate the syringes a little bit more by like tone, not by like individual colors, I don't have that many, but like nudes, reds, dark colors, you know, separate them a little more.
We got a lot of these syringes, we might as well use them.
I'm hoping that the skinnier syringe will get us like a little bit more of that good push in. I just blew myself. Damn it, no, I'm taking some lipstick off, no! I am Sisyphus. This is my rock. What the actual F?
But you know what? I'm amazed that anything came out of that syringe.
This may work. It may take hours.
but it may work. All right, so I'm designating this syringe as like my purple and blue syringe, and then I'm gonna use these ones as my nude and red, basically. So I'm gonna blow through a couple right now. I've got a lot over here, as you guys can see. One thing I'm happy about is I don't think they're drying in there quite yet, so we've got some time to work.
You look so concentrated.
Do you say constipated?
No, I said concentrated, but yeah, this thing is a little constipated right now.
How many more of these do we have to do?
You have the hoarding problem, and now we're paying the price.
Oh, this is fun. All right, so next I'm gonna do Lip Sense, which is the 18-hour lipstick.
Do you think it's gonna melt the bottle?
Maybe.
Yeah, that is nail polish.
The wand's like really covered already, but the tube is pretty empty. All right, I did something kind of silly. I put 3 similar colors in at the same time into this bigger syringe, just to see if we can't start speeding this up just a little bit. Oh my God, it's stuck at the top. My, doesn't that look appetizing?
It looks like a 80s sci-fi monster.
It kind of looks like a womb to me. It's very placental. I'm hoping that once we mix it all together though, it'll look a bit better, but like this like pre-mixed state isn't awesome. I feel like filling up these medium-sized syringes with a couple of liquid lipsticks in the same color range has really been the key to like get a good squirt out of there. So right now we're at a like pretty slow, but not snail's pace. We're turtles. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah. Oh, it's getting stuck. We have very little window left inside with which to see, you know, what's going on in there. So I'm just gonna keep dropping these in. Tyler's making a pizza, so next time you see me, hopefully I'll have pizza.
That's coming.
It's 1:40 a.m. The things we do for science. Where's the pizza?
It's coming.
All right, I'm gonna forge right ahead into some nudes.
We got a lot of these things. Your pizza. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I turned the oven on this time.
Oh my God, Ty, you are a lifesaver. It's hot.
Yeah, it's gonna burn the roof of your mouth.
Worth it. All right, I'm ready for this one. You ready for this one? Oh shit. Fuck. So with the pizza came our first casualty. So I'm gonna use this little stick to pick it up and try and put it back in. I'd say we salvaged that. As I sit here and the hours get later, and by later I mean earlier, I'm struck by how many scents there are in the room right now. All the liquid lipsticks, so many of them smell like vanilla. And then we've also got the pizza going and then Krusty going. We've got it all going.
The tube does kind of have like a funky design.
It does look a little bit like a lava lamp if your lava lamp expired.
Looks like a belly button.
Is it an innie or an outie?
Oh, that's a nasty.
All right, I'm about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through. It's hard to tell exactly how much is in there because I've long since not been able to see through the tube on the sides. And like every time I drop more in there, it seems to like bubble up. So I'm almost a little bit worried about it overflowing. But we are so close to the end that I just desperately want to get them all in there. We've got a few metallic ones left, these bronzy, goldy ones, and then I got a couple in there that are like silvery metallics with like a black, a gray, and a white. So we're ending with a bang. This is the grand finale of this fireworks show. I feel like the sun's about to rise.
It definitely is.
Okay, so we are finally on our last batch. I just want to thank everyone who helped me get to this point. You guys, Tyler, Krusty, the pizza. I just want to say a big screw you to my former self who bought all of these.
Yeah, you need to buy less lipsticks.
I can't believe it's finally happening. Oh yes, and it's a weird twisty one to finish it out. All right, here is all of my liquid lipsticks in one bottle. I wonder how many there are. Let's see, 85, 86, 87, 88. We've got 88 liquid lipsticks in here, so I think we should mix this up, put it on my lips, and see how it is. I gotta scrape a little bit on the inside of the bottle. Just gotta get all that stuff on the sides off. I feel like I've mixed up almost as much as I can. There's some on the sides that's still a little stratified and like unmixed, but I actually can't reach it with the wooden stick or with my little wand or anything, a safety pin that I randomly stuck in there. So maybe if I just like shake it up like this, it'll just come out. And it doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. So that means that this is our Franken liquid lipstick, a Franken matte, if it dries matte. I think we should swatch it and see how it looks. I mean, that's a pretty color, because it definitely has some like of those browny nude elements, but it also has some of like the purples that were brought in by the blues, greens, and reds. All right, so it's 4:30 in the morning, so let's try this thing on and see how it looks. It feels very moisturizing, like it feels very light and slippery. It smells almost like nothing, which is very strange because so many vanilla scented things went into it. I mean, the color is nice. I really like the color actually a lot. I only really put about one coat of the stuff on and it seems to be like really opaque from the start. Let me see what happens if I try to cover up my butthole lip, which is if you guys don't know, what I call the inner waterline of the lip from which lipstick often fades. That's gonna be all over my teeth, isn't it? Okay, so this is what the Franken liquid lipstick looks like right now. I'm gonna go to bed, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wear this all day and see how it lasts and how it does. But my first take, besides the fact that it's all over my teeth, is that it looks pretty good, and also we finally made it. All right, so it is the next day, just later. It's later, I slept. I'm alive, here we are. And I've done the rest of my makeup, so I am ready to wear our Franken matte for the rest of the day. So as you can see, it's still not like completely mixed. There are like some colors that are just at the edge that I just don't know how to get. They're just gonna live there. Maybe eventually they'll infuse, who knows? All right, let's put it on. Oh wow, I got a lot on my finger. I gotta be careful, I'm wearing a white shirt for a different video. I obviously don't have a lip liner to assist me, so I'm just kind of like going with it. Just the same as yesterday, it's very light on the face, and it does feel kind of slippery. It looks a little wrinkly. It's not super smooth, but you know, I've never been known for having smooth lips. There's something about it that's just like so much formula packed in every swipe. It's not uncomfortable, but it does feel like I, in one swipe, applied like 4 coats of liquid lipstick. The color is by far my favorite part so far. The color is awesome. I'm gonna go out and go on with my day, and we'll check in when and if anything happens with this. Let's go. So I've had the lipstick on for probably like 30 minutes, I would say.
Yes.
And when I had it on late last night or early this morning, one of the two. It felt like it was drying down pretty matte, but actually it's kind of staying in a weird middle ground. When I put my lips together, they're kind of tacky, not sticky, but they're like a little bit like almost dry nail polish. Like right after you get a manicure and it's dangerous. All right, so it's been about an hour and a half and I think the lipstick is still going strong. The thing that confuses me the most about this lipstick is that I don't see any glitter or metallic in there, and I did put some in. So where it went, I'm not sure. But I did get some coffee for a little bit of a smear test. So let's take a sip. I've been waiting. Transferred. I felt it sticking to the cup. I was like, ooh, yep, that's gonna leave a mark. I couldn't really expect for it to be transfer proof after the amount of velvet and satin lipsticks I put in there. Hopefully it doesn't transfer around my face or off of my lips. I'm okay if I ruin other things that aren't my white shirt. Okay, so I think I'm finally done with my coffee, and I think my lipstick is finally done massacring the top. I think you can see maybe a little bit of fading on the bottom, but I would say that with the amount of lipstick that looks like it's on here, this is looking pretty good. Definitely not reapplication worthy, but I do see it fading ever so slightly. All right, so it's been about 6 hours since I put the lipstick on. I think I've found some sparkles. We're finally sitting down to dinner, and I'm gonna subject my lipstick to some oily pizza. Yes, yes. First bite in, what happened? Anything? The pizza tastes good.
It looks pretty good.
What? Witchcraft.
This is the second time we've eaten pizza in this video.
I forgot that we ate pizza yesterday. Well,
This morning.
Well, like the one true ring, it can only be destroyed from whence it was forged.
You're only halfway done your pizza. Let's see if we actually can destroy it.
Okay, so I'm done with dinner. I ate 4 pieces of pizza in total, and my lipstick is still on. It's definitely not perfect. I think the butthole is finally being exposed, but it is mostly on, and it is somehow not all over my face. It definitely suffered a few blows at the hands of a napkin that I think is gone now, but overall, it's still alive. All right, so it is about 9 hours after I applied this lipstick, and I'm finally ready to go to bed and take it off. I would say that this Franken matte definitely impressed me. After a full day of wearing coffee and pizza, it's definitely like coming off, but it is still mostly on my face, even if it is a little bit worn away and a little bit flaky. The butthole is definitely making an appearance, but it made a late appearance. It did not come early. There are definitely a couple of cons though. Number one being how long it took and how difficult it was to make this thing. Another thing I don't really like about it is how transfery it seems to be. Not like around my face, but obviously like onto cups, onto napkins, and also just like when you kind of just like grab this, if you get any extra formula on your hands, it gets everywhere. But besides those couple of things, I think it's pretty good. Also, I came up with a few color names. Number 1 is Dumbledore's pajamas. Number 2 is Barney's pelt. And number 3 is Buffy the Butthole Slayer. The last one has nothing to do with the color. It popped in my head and I thought I would say it out loud. So let me know in the comments below which name you guys like the most. And we'll see. I'm pulling for Buffy the Butthole Slayer. Hello friends and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be mixing all of my eyeshadows together into one large mega eyeshadow. I've mixed some of my makeup before. I've mixed all of my nude lipsticks together to make a Franken nude, and I've also mixed all of my foundations together to make a Frankendation. I actually think both of the previous mixtures have been pretty successful, so I am excited and ready to do more bad makeup science. As with many other people who watch a decent amount of beauty tutorials on YouTube, I've collected a decent amount of eyeshadow over the years, but when it comes down to doing my makeup, I rarely have the time to put it on. Maybe I'm just scared of not blending enough, but like it takes an extra like 30 minutes if I want to do eyeshadow. Maybe that's just me though. So I was thinking, maybe if I made an eyeshadow that contains all of my eyeshadows in it, that I could say that I use all my eyeshadows all the time. This series may be called Bad Makeup Science, but for me it's also Bad Leaps in Logic. So I'm gonna try and make a Franken shadow right now, and if it works out, I'm gonna wear it all day tomorrow and see how it is. Okay, let's bring out the shadows. Here is the makeup mirror, and here are the eyeshadows. There they are. So this is what I'm gonna do. I don't wanna actually destroy my eyeshadows because even though I don't wear them a lot, I still do wear them sometimes, and it does pain me to like destroy a palette or like stab a pan. So I'm gonna just scrape off a little bit off the top of each eyeshadow and put it into this empty pan right here. And then once I've done that with all of my eyeshadows, I'm gonna use this makeup repairing mousse to like set it down, and hopefully it'll turn into an eyeshadow. All right. Let's begin. I think my first victim is going to be this Urban Decay Electric palette. Now this palette gets a lot of use in general just because I use it a lot for Decades videos, and there are also a lot of fun colors, so this will be a good like first edition. Ooh, that makes me feel good and bad inside. All right, so I think that's a decent amount. Let me just like dump it into my little container, shall we? Oh, these shimmer ones are so fun. I'm starting off with this palette, so it's gonna start off colorful, but then we'll get into the, you know, multiple brownie nudes that I have. I've got myself a few nudes. Some transition shades. I don't use them, but I have them. It's taken me so long to do this first palette. I feel like it's gonna take us a long time to do this. It started off kind of delicate, like the bottom row was very much just like, oh, I'm just gonna dust it in. And now the top row is just like, clank, clank, clank. You know what they say, you've gotta break a few eggs to make an eyeshadow palette. All right, so this is the yield from our first palette, but before we celebrate, let's pour one out for the eyeshadow that died in vain. So the second palette I'm gonna do is the Kat Von D Alchemist Holographic palette. It is not, in fact, holographic, but it is iridescent and fun. To Kat, wherever you are, I'm sorry. It looks like flour or snow or something else. Yes. Oh yeah.
I feel like the feds are gonna see this video and like come knocking.
What's the movie where at the end the guy has the machine gun?
Scarface.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, so I'm just gonna speed through a couple of these really quick. Some of them are like super easy to get up, and especially with these ones that I don't use as much, I'm like tempted to just keep going, but I don't wanna skew it one way or another. All right, I'm gonna excavate all 4 of these and then pour them all in at the same time.
You were like a makeup paleontologist.
This further confirms that I am Ross. Let me get my caffeine out here.
Is this the right time to be doing high surgery?
Yes, I'm like Honey Boo Boo. I need my like rocket juice to just get going. The shimmers are much like softer and more fun to dig around in than the mattes. I'm sure that's actual makeup science, but I don't really know it. Excuse me as I clean off my scalpel. These surgeon's rags are gonna be very interesting by the end.
You're the Dexter of eyeshadow.
Probably less clean than Dexter. Dexter's kind of a clean freak. I'm a messy serial killer. I kind of wanna scoop up all of the eyeshadows in a single row and then like pour it in and have it like cascade down like a waterfall. One thing that I am very happy about is that I'm turning out to have so many individual pans of eyeshadow that I don't have to take that much from any single one. So I think all my eyeshadows are gonna survive. So next I'm going to do my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I haven't really dug into this one too much because I recently got it because I missed about the first 4 restocks, but let's gouge some out. I feel like my mixture is looking less and less like a rainbow and more like pizza toppings. You know, you see some shaved Parmesan, see some paprika. All right, I think I'm losing some of my finesse here. getting a little messier. Jacqueline, you just really had to put so many colors in here. It's taken me a while. I've lost my cameraman. I feel like this shoot is just like kind of devolving more and more. Tyler's with the cat, just talking to myself while scraping away at some eyeshadows. Things are going great. All right, we're in the home stretch here, Jackie. Can I call you Jackie? We've never met. I think this thing is like almost filled up, to be honest. I think Jackie really filled us in. My surgeon's rag is actually more colorful now than my mixture. Now it is further away from pizza toppings and more like silt. So this is my last palette, but like my second to last thing. This is my Z palette full of little eyeshadows that I've previously depotted. There's one blush in here, but we'll throw that in anyway. These are actually probably gonna be the easiest to dump in because there's no lips or brush holders or anything or other shadows to contend with. It's been so long since we started.
We started by going to Taco Bell, which wasn't the best call.
When did I turn into Shane Dawson? I'm just kidding.
Shane's doll is still here.
These 4 eyeshadows are like ancient, like since freshman year of college ancient.
Wow.
That was 7 years ago.
Add them to the mix.
So we are finally on the last eyeshadow. This one is an Urban Decay single shadow in the color Woodstock. I got this during the Strangers Pick My Makeup video. Victoria helped me pick this out. So Victoria, if you are watching this right now, look away. This is like a really, really beautiful pink shadow. I kind of want to put a lot in, but I also don't want to take too much of it. Oh yeah.
Wow, it's a nice cherry on top.
Okay, we are done, finally, with the first step.
That took a very long time, longer than I expected. Even though this doesn't even look like that much, like so many of them are palettes that when you go through every individual shadow, it's just like so much. But I think actually looking at it, we do have definitely enough to cover like the bottom of this pan. So basically what I'm gonna do now is take one of these wooden sticks and like mix it up. Based on the colors that have gone into it, I think this is going to be brown.
I'm hoping it's like rainbow.
Definitely looks like it's gonna start turning brown like I expected, but when you look really closely, you can see all the individual pigments and shimmers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've done a pretty good job of mixing. So I'm gonna open up this Moon Mousse kit, which is like apparently supposed to be this like makeup repairing mousse. So this is for broken makeup. They don't really say anything about, you know, any bad makeup science, but hopefully it'll work. Basically, it looks like I should just press down the makeup and then put the mousse on it. And then we pretty much just wait for it to dry. So now that I've packed it all down with this little tool, basically it says I'm just supposed to dispense the mousse on top of the broken makeup. Oh my God, did you see that? It is getting eaten up. I'm supposed to cover the whole surface area of the makeup. So basically after this, I'm just supposed to test the mixture to make sure it's pasty and not dry. Yeah, I don't think it's dry. Looking at the instructions, I think I've deviated enough from the intended use case of this product that they don't really apply. So I think I'm just gonna pack it down a little bit more and then wait overnight for it to dry. It definitely looks very much like a Franken shadow right now. There's a lot of different elements that are still kind of whole in there, but it does look nice and shimmery.
It looks like a deformed Pop-Tart.
I think you're just hungry.
I am hungry.
Let me clean up my workspace and my surgeon's rags, and let's go to bed and see what happens tomorrow.
Okay, so it's the morning time. Basically, the only step we have to do right now is just flatten it out with this stamper again. It's looking more purple. Can you tell?
Yeah, it's like mud purple.
Okay, so I'm showered and ready to put my makeup on. So I think that we're ready to dive right into this Franken shadow. It smells good. I think that Moon Mousse stuff has like a good scent. Okay, so let's see what happens when I try and swatch this guy. Feels like maybe a little softer than some eyeshadows, but at the same time, you know, it was just loose pigments a mere, 10 hours ago. I'm gonna try it, get the rest of it off. All right, what color is that?
It looks kind of like a bruise.
It is funny to think about like all of the different eyeshadows that went in here to kind of just like make like a brownie purple, but I think that it'll be nice on the face. Before we put it on, I'm gonna put on some eye primer just to give this guy a fighting chance. And then next, I'm gonna dip my brush in the eyeshadow and let's see how it goes on. Huh? Is anything happening? Let me just put on a little more. I'm having a hard time seeing it on camera. but I think it's kind of like a nice smoky color. It's almost like an old school mid to late 2000s smoky eye. All right, so I'm gonna blend this a little bit more and then I'm gonna put it on my left eye and do the rest of my makeup. I'm also not gonna be using any other shadows on my eyes, just so we can like focus in on the color and the wearability of our Franken shadow. And once that's done, I'll check back in and we'll see how it lasts throughout the day. Okay, so I'm finally finished with the rest of my makeup, and you can tell how long it took me to finish my eyeliner by the way the light has changed in this room. As I kind of like put a little more on and like layered the eyeshadow, it's kind of looking more purple than brown, which is good in my opinion, though nothing wrong with a good brown eyeshadow, but I like the idea that it didn't just turn like muddy brown when I mix them all together. Okay, so I spent a decent amount of time doing my makeup today, so let's go outside and see what we can do to try and test the longevity of this thing, see if anything creases up, if it fades, anything like that. Okay, let's go. All right, in the car. There's no creasing or fading yet, but it has only been like an hour.
It's much prettier than I thought. I thought last night it looked like mud, and now I think it looks like a color.
There's a little bit of literal glitter in there, like, so I don't know if you can actually see it.
I can, yeah.
But mostly it's pretty iridescent, which is cool.
I think it looks really pretty. I like this color.
Thanks, Ty.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk into Sephora right now and swatch some purple / brownish shadows and see if I can't find one that's close to my Franken shadow color. So let's swatch it on my hand so we have it as a reference. It just takes a couple of layers to really get its full color.
I say the color should be called Bruised Banana.
Maybe. We'll workshop it. Okay, so after swatching a decent amount of eyeshadows, I couldn't actually find one that seemed to be a perfect dupe or even like a super close dupe. None of them are getting that really good bruise color that I want. The Makeup Forever eyeshadows seemed to be like kind of close, but was lacking some like purple undertones. I feel like I have this one and we put it in the mix. So I feel like the search for the perfect dupe continues, but it is kind of cool that my shadow is like unique. It's hard to duplicate because I'm liking it. Is it glittering?
Very glittery.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a shot of it in the full sun so we had it.
Oh, I like that. Wanna look at the camera?
Ah, the sun. Okay, so I think it's about hour 9 of wearing this eyeshadow. It's a little bit late at night at this point, but we're gonna sit down and film for a couple of hours in front of these lights. It's warm if I put my head this close to it.
I mean, obviously.
So we'll see if after filming how the eyeshadow is looking, but to be honest, it's like pretty crease free. All right, so it's been about 11 hours since I put the eyeshadow on. Honestly, I think that this eyeshadow has outlasted pretty much everything else on my face. My foundation is like kind of breaking up, like getting ready to come off. My lipstick, I completely reapplied. Now I'm wearing the Franken lipstick and you know, just eyeshadow going strong, man. Overall, I like a lot of things about this eyeshadow. I do like the color, I like the staying power, I like kind of almost like how easy it is to wear. Like I did kind of just like put on one color and go. And I was happy that the Moon Mousse was able to make all of those little pigments into one eyeshadow that dried down to become like a literal shadow. It's hard to like capture on camera exactly what it looks like, but I think this is actually a pretty good representation. There are a couple of things that I'm worried about with this eyeshadow. Mostly I'm worried about the literal like pan of shadow itself. It looks a little bit like it's cracking. I feel like the first bad thing to happen could be that this stuff starts like flaking off. My only other complaint is that it takes a few swipes to really build up the color. So I wouldn't say that the eyeshadow is like super pigmented, but once you got it on the eyes, it seems to be staying on. And I am, as I intended in the beginning of this video, wearing all of my eyeshadows. So feeling good about that too. Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be trying out the Anastasia or Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Palette, Volume 1. This lip palette came out a couple of months ago, and there were a fair share of articles written about it, and I have been intrigued by it ever since. The palette costs $48, and there are 18 shades inside, and the idea behind it is basically that you can make any lip color that your heart desires by mixing these colors together. Now you guys might know that I'm something of a lipstick fiend. I love wearing lipsticks, anything from super bold colors to brownie nudes. I love nudes. I've also gotten my own custom lipsticks made before, which was super cool because I basically got to like hone in on the shades that I really wanted. So I'm excited to do some more mixing, but also to have the spatula in my untrained hand. I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm not someone who would use this during photo shoots or on clients. I would want to use this during my everyday life. So I'm gonna see if I can mix something up tonight, recreate it tomorrow, see how long it lasts, and see how difficult or easy it is to re-up that color throughout the course of the day. All right, I think we should just get to mixing. I mean,
probably first open it, but then mix. So basically inside there you get a palette with all the colors in it, and then inside the palette you get a lip brush. One side of it is like the brush, and the other side is the spatula for sort of gouging and mixing. And then here you have a little like mixing sheet. Oh my god, did it just close with a magnet? Oh, I love when palettes close with a magnet. Oh, off to a good start. I'm a little bit nervous to begin because all of these colors look so nice untouched. I think that I'm gonna go for something a little bit wild, just because I think like something that could be really cool about this palette is to go for the lip colors that you are too afraid to commit to a full size of. I've always wanted to try like a really light lavender color, but I've never known if it would look good on me. I've seen some full-size lipsticks that are the kind of that color. So I would go for blue, white, and this purple color. Oh, I'm so nervous, babe.
You want me to do it for you here?
No, I'm gonna do it.
Just making sure.
I wanna press the button, Ted. Oh.
Were there instructions in the box?
Mix and match these intensely pigmented, long-wearing shades to customize an endless array of looks.
So no.
So no, they were just like, go wild, yo. All right, so I'm starting to mix. It is kind of that periwinkle that I was kind of thinking of. It's a pretty quick process to mixing that. How would you say, like, a minute? Oh, wow. Oh wow. You know what I realized? I think I've made my like 4th grade dream color. I was a purple gal when I was a kid. I used to wear a giant purple sweatshirt that said Gap Kids. This is really nice feeling on my lips. It's definitely not super, super matte, but it's not shiny. I kind of love it, but I also kind of feel like I have a Katy Perry wig on my face. It definitely makes my teeth look kind of yellow, but there's something really fun about it, and I definitely don't own a color like this. Okay, so this is possibility number 1 for tomorrow. I'm gonna, you know, quickly wash this brush off and come up with a couple more options, and we'll see what, you know, what's really tickling our fancy. I'm gonna mix up like a teal color. I have a couple of green lipsticks and a couple of blue lipsticks, but I don't have anything like in the middle. This isn't turning out the way I want it to. All right, I'm gonna do another take on this teal color. This is closer to, I think, what I meant.
Is teal like a darker blue color? Yeah, I keep realizing I don't really know what teal looks like.
Are you colorblind? Are you Logan Paul? Maybe I'm just gonna add like a tiny smidge of white. Yo, I think I hit pan already. I see the bottom of the pan.
You're taking way too much out, Saf.
No, I'm not, but I kind of like it. There's something like stormy about it.
It's got a little bit of a Finding Nemo vibe to it.
I think that the purple was really fun and different and something that I would totally use this palette for because I don't think I would buy a full version of it. This color is kind of something that I want in a full version. All right, let's make sure we get that butthole covered. So this is option number 2, going for kind of a Finding Nemo vibe. On the palette, it looked kind of like a sea turtle color, so I called it Crush, but on the face, it looks a little bit bluer. I think I'm gonna call this one, how about Bruce's father? I never knew my father. Bruce is a good guy. Bruce is misunderstood. He got a whiff of that nosebleed. He couldn't help himself. Happens to me too. That's good. All right, so let's try and make a color that doesn't involve white or blue so I can, you know, let them have a break, especially if I choose one of these 2 colors for tomorrow. Let's try something fiery, something more, you know, Gryffindor-esque. All right, and then I'm gonna take one swipe of this one. All right, let's see what happens when I mix this together. Doesn't it look like Quidditch robes?
It looks like Quidditch robes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this color, which I'm tentatively titling All Over Wood. I don't know why Quidditch robes always come to mind whenever I'm mixing lip colors. It's always right there. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I'm just a Quidditch groupie. So looking at these 3 colors, I think I'm gonna go with the Finding Nemo color for tomorrow. I really do love the other colors too. I might put on the sweatshirt color just one last time, just for fun. Let's go to bed, and tomorrow morning we're gonna try and recreate the shark color, the Finding Nemo stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Got some cat hair inside of this. How did that happen? Okay, so it is tomorrow. I mean today. I mean the next day. And I've done the rest of my makeup, so it's time for me to try and remix my Finding Nemo teal shade, my Brucey Bruce color. I wiped everything off of my mixing plate besides the desired teal color, so I'm gonna go into the blue first. All right, so I'm taking some yellow pigment now. I remember yesterday I took some yellow and then I had to take some more, so I'm trying to give myself a meager yet generous amount of yellow. All right, and then I'm mixing them together. I don't know how much of mixing you guys could see, but actually, that's not actually that far off, I don't think. I know that with this color, I put in a little bit of white at the end, just a little bit to bring it a little bit lighter. Maybe you could use a tiny bit more blue as well, like literally this much, baby.
bit of blue. This is simultaneously like a kind of expensive product, but also like a DIY type feel, so you got the best of both worlds. This is the old color and that's the new color. I mean, we might as well put it on my face and see if I did it right. You know what? I'm not sure this is perfect. It kind of looks a little bit greener. It's pretty darn close. So this is my Bruce color. Here's Brucey. I think I did a pretty good job matching it. Fish are friends, not food. Oh my God, I just put my finger in everything. I also will say that I made a little bit of a better amount this time. Last time I didn't really make enough, and this time I made enough to like use almost all of it up, but not be like scraping the bottom for it. I'm gonna put this in a Ziploc bag and try and take it with me so I can at least have this to reference. So I think that it was actually pretty doable to recreate a very similar, if not exactly the same color. I think the real test will be how long will this stuff last on my face, because I'm about to go out, get some coffee, hang around. Later I'm going to dinner, gonna take my supplies, and go to school. Just kidding, I don't go to school anymore. Let's go get some coffee and see what a straw does to old Brucey, old boy. So I had a reward at Starbucks, so I went all out, and then I realized I already had coffee a few hours ago, so I'm about to get lit. There's definitely residue on the straw, but how does the mouth look? Not too shabby. I'm gonna keep drinking this, and by the end, when I'm incredibly caffeinated, we'll check again and see if the sort of repeated straw motion really did anything to me. Okay, so as I finish this coffee, even though I see a lot of lipstick on the straw, there's not too much fade. I think that the lipstick's winning this round. I'm meeting a new friend for dinner, and I've got a couple hours before I have to meet her. I don't think she would mind too much if my lipstick ended up all over my face, but we don't know each other that well. So there's always that element of it. The lipstick doesn't look as opaque as it did when I first put it on, but it's not smearing, it's fading gracefully. So I'm gonna head into dinner, and hopefully the lipstick will survive. Okay, so I'm in the bathroom at the restaurant for a quick re-up. This is the damage after edamame and kung pao shrimp. I honestly thought the damage would be way worse. Like when I was eating, I was like, I feel it moving, like it's gonna be just everywhere. But looking at it, like I'm honestly impressed. Right now, I want to see if I can like re-up a little bit. I have my palette and my mixing plate. Okay, so I'm gonna take a few parts blue with my, oh, here's a, hey, got some paper towel here. Oh, hoping that nothing falls into the sink. Okay, now the back of this is wet. Oh, why is my foot sticking to the ground? All right, gonna take a little bit of blue, take a tad of yellow, and then I already know I need a tad of white. I keep saying tad as if that's like a unit of measure. It's already been 4 minutes, so she definitely thinks I'm pooping. No, it's a little too blue. I need a little bit more yellow. I think that after 6 minutes, I've got my new crop that I can really make work. Let's see what you guys think. It's interesting because I actually don't think the damage was too bad, but whipping up a new crop is not that easy. Is it a perfect match? It's not too bad. Even though there are a lot of like moving pieces in terms of the logistics of this stuff, the end result I'm really impressed by. It has been 10 minutes and 33 seconds, but I do think Bruce is back in fighting shape. Okay, so it is the end of the day. I've had this on for about 8 hours. Of course, you guys saw me reapply it, so I've reapplied once. I was actually generally really impressed by how long it stayed on. I think you actually could wear this out in your everyday life. I wouldn't necessarily recommend grubbing. Like I definitely think the eating did affect it to the point where I was like, I would want to reapply. I also thought it wasn't too hard to recreate this shade, but like it's not super easy to do on the go if you don't have enough space. My main issue is the quantity of each little pan. I've already used up a lot of the blue and the white, and even like the yellow at this point, like even from just today and yesterday. So, you know, if I want to like rebuy a couple pans, I wouldn't want to have to rebuy the whole palette or anything like that. But in general, pretty impressed, had a good time, felt like I had a giant box of crayons and loved it, and this did satisfy some lipstick fiend inside of me. I also like kind of want this color in a full size now, so.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. This week, I'm gonna be mixing one of every lip gloss from Sephora together into a mega Frankenfora lip gloss. Because the trend cycle demands, matte is out, shiny is in, and I must destroy. So previously on our channel, I've mixed together a lot of things, including hundreds of lipsticks from Sephora and from CVS, as well as eyeshadows, foundations, highlighters, and non-makeup items like candles, soaps, and bath bombs, but never glosses. Glosses have escaped my deranged wrath, mostly because when we started our Franken series 5 years ago, glosses weren't really in the spotlight. It was more about matte liquid lipsticks and highlighters, but over the past few years, as the wheel of the trend cycle turns ever forward and then back onto itself, lip glosses have come back in a big way. From aesthetic small batch homemade gloss videos to big brands turning in their lipsticks for drippy, shiny, glittery lip oils. And as someone who went through middle school and high school in the 2000s, I've worn my fair share of lip gloss. From Bonnie Bell Flip Gloss to vanilla lip smackers to juicy tubes, it was a wild, sticky ride, the 2000s.
And so, decades later, I greet gloss as an old friend. Not as a young upstart, but as a worthy nemesis whose resurrection was foretold by the stars. Gloss would return, and I would have to conquer it.
So today we shall do battle, because in this episode of Bad Makeup Science, we are heading back to the scene of our most infamous crime, Sephora, and buying one of every shiny, slippery, oozing, glittery, sticky lip gloss they stock, to mix together and create a single Franken gloss that we hypothesize will represent the average or most marketable shade, finish, feel, and scent/flavor of gloss that Sephora carries.
As always, it's not good science, it's just plain bad. Also, as usual, we will be doing a subscriber giveaway with the extra Franken glosses that we make. So if you're interested in getting one, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll leave more instructions at the end of the video. Now, before we go and ransack Sephora, I just want to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Casetify.
Purveyor of fine cases for a wide range of devices, including my aging iPhone 11 Pro, which has been sporting this Casetify case for I think at least 3 years at this point. Casetify's new impact cases are made with EcoShock technology that provide protection from up to an 11.5-foot drop. In case you accidentally drop your phone off of a very short balcony, or when you're standing on top of your friend's shoulders pretending to be one very tall person in a trench coat.
That's some serious durability, and it's still sleek, slim, and stylish.
Casetify also has a huge range of designs and prints to choose from. I personally, as you can see, am partial to these aliens, but they also give you the ability to customize your own designs. And Casetify's cases are made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials, and partially made from old, upcycled phone cases.
So they've basically melted old cases down together into a new case. So it's basically a Franken case. See? Incredibly relevant to this video. So make sure to go to casetify.com/Safiya for 15% off your next order. And now, to Sephora we go.
All right, I need a basket for sure. Where shall we begin? Now, we actually got permission to film at the Sephora nearby after hours.
All right, we're gonna do Fenty first, and I know Miss Rihanna has a few.
So as not to disturb any other customers with our depravity.
All right, and this is old school, right? We just need to grab them by the handful, basically. Yes, 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 yes.
I feel like we have this whole place for ourselves right now.
I know, it's so serene. It's so calm.
Yes.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
And though obviously our mission was to pick up literally one of every single color from every single brand.
Ooh, yeah, here we go. I got some Huda Booty over here.
We had to make a few rules to ensure the success of our experiment.
I do see a couple from Selena. You know what they say? You gotta keep an eye out for Selena.
Someone did say that one time.
One time.
And we decided that the best thing to do would be to keep everything in our mixture liquid and exclude any solids.
Ooh, juicy tubes. These are old school.
So lip oils, yay. Gloss sticks, nay.
That's pretty close to like one full one, I think. All right, I'm gonna put this at the front.
With that caveat in mind, we were able to find glosses from 31 different brands.
I have some balmy gloss tinted lip oil. It's like every keyword possible.
With the Sephora usual,
Solar, Horizon, Ignite,
actually any makeup brand usual, bizarre names,
Sublime, Child, Halo.
How did Child get in there?
What the hell?
and thankfully, a wide variety of colors, finishes, and opacities.
I'm trying to both ransack, but also leave it nicely.
Ransack nicely.
Something I was excited about with the glosses was that besides color, we would also be able to evaluate the finish, the shimmer, the stickiness, the smell, but I didn't really consider that a lot of glosses nowadays are plumping.
Which means that this thing is gonna be spicy. Glossy lip injection extreme? That's like just straight up mean.
So I guess that's gonna be another element we're gonna have to consider in our final Franken mixture.
Yeah, the Too Faced ones are threatening. It's a lot of needle imagery.
I know, right?
I'm scared.
But after an hour or so of hunting and gathering,
I'm like literally doing a lot of squats right now.
Yeah.
It's like, this is hard.
we had collected a grand total of 297 lip glosses.
Can you hand up?
I'm good. No, I got it. I'm leaving the Sephora with hundreds of lip glosses and also my dignity.
Keep telling yourself that.
And after checking out,
Do we have enough receipt paper in here? Let's just make sure about that.
we grabbed our 6-foot-long receipt. Oh my god, it's beautiful! And took our booty home.
Triumphant.
All right, so we are here in our kitchen with hundreds of lip glosses, ready to detube them and put them into one giant Pyrex. It's detubing time, baby. Now, as per usual with our Franken experiments, we did a bit of prototyping beforehand of our chosen method. We've conquered soap, we've conquered lipstick, we've conquered eyeshadow. Lip gloss may still get the best of us. It's sticky, it's gloopy, it's viscous, it's thick, the tubes are narrow, and the tubes are actually all different from brand to brand, which adds even more challenge. So we have a variety of different methods that we're gonna be using to remove these lip glosses from their tubes. And because there are so many and some of the methods are physically strenuous, not only are we going to be having Tyler come in to help detube, we're also going to be having a couple of team members grabbing some and doing some as well. And we divided our 297 lip glosses into 9 different color categories. And we're going to be starting off with the pink. Now, the first and easiest method we're gonna be employing is with these gel tubes, which you can basically just cut the back end off of. Oh, the lip gloss is already coming out. And then squeeze out the gloss inside. Like a tube of toothpaste?
Go-gurt.
Like a Go-Gurt? Like a Go-Gurt. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah. Unfortunately for us,
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
not all of them are like that.
It smells watermelon-y. It does.
It does.
In fact, most of them come in these hard cylindrical tubes. And for these ones, it's all about the formula. For the glosses that are less viscous and more runny, you can kind of just remove this fun stopper here.
Similar to how there is one of those on like a handle of Captain Morgan.
And then scrape your gloss into the bowl. However, since a lot of it will stick to the spatula,
We have this weird thing. It's actually a makeup organizer, but it has a hard acrylic edge.
we determined after hours of prototyping that we should scrape our spatulas off onto a piece of plastic.
Title flashing. Hundreds of hours of prototyping.
And then let gravity slowly let that gloss drip into our Pyrex.
It eventually works. See, there you go.
We call this the bat poop method.
We originally tried just turning over the glosses to see if we could just let them drip out, but the glosses didn't really want to leave the tubes by themselves,
This is how it works, guys.
and we didn't want to heat up or boil the lip glosses for fear of the plastic getting into the gloss and therefore ruining it. Same goes for just power sawing the butts off of the tubes.
This whole demonstration has been shockingly demoralizing to me.
All right, well, we have one more method to show you.
In case that didn't seem complicated enough, there are also some of these cylindrical glosses where either the tube is too narrow or the gloss inside is too viscous to just use a spatula. So for those,
We gotta use this.
You look unhinged.
This is an oil extractor.
which is sort of like a large, pressurized, intense syringe.
Apparently, it's very physically strenuous, is the problem.
Forearms
Which
ready.
is why Tyler's here, because
Yes.
he's got 4 arms of steel.
For some reason, my forearms are decent.
That's all you need. It's the only muscle Tyler ever works out.
You can do this by yourself, okay?
Yes, we tried normal syringes, which worked for some of the glosses,
There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah, keep going, keep going.
but for the thickest formulas, they just didn't have enough suck.
It's like a dentist sucker, dentist vacuum. Keep going. Harder.
And in order for the oil extractor to get a good squirt out,
All right, now try and shoot it out.
you have to collect some gloss from a couple of tubes.
This is gonna work, guys.
So here is a better shot from a few glosses later to show you what we're going for.
So that's the idea.
Yep.
I know this method seems a bit much, but we can assure you that we tried a lot of stuff, and we decided this was the best.
We covered the clock, so you guys wouldn't be able to keep track of the time.
We
That
did
took
do
about
that.
50 minutes.
Okay, so now on to the rest of the pinks.
All right, let's do it.
Now, pink was our biggest category with 90 glosses, and we started off with the 9 squeezy tubes.
Mostly Juicy Tubes, Milk, Sephora, and Callie Ray. I don't know who that is.
Jepsen?
Just to get the easier stuff out of the way first.
Oh,
Okay, the juicy tubes are where it's at. Oh!
Though even starting off slow, it was clear this was gonna be a pretty messy process.
Can I scrape my hand against this thing?
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. Into it.
Now within our pink glosses,
This is so deranged.
69 of them were considered to have a high shine finish, aka no glitter. 21 of them were either shimmery, glittery, or metallic.
Ooh, sparkly.
10 of them were considered lip oils, and a whopping 41 of them were plumping. Ouch.
This one smells like a big red gum,
Oh yeah.
right?
And though it was kind of slow and gross,
I like how this is the method.
we were getting through it,
You guys witnessing this right now? That's a big glob.
as Tyler had coined his own new method to try and get the scraping done faster.
I just went like, and then it just started coming out.
Are you just beating it up like this?
And push it out, and then start. Yeah. See,
Oh wait, it is working. That did get a lot of it out actually
Yeah.
at once.
The oil extractor we were still working on.
ready? Going. Okay.
Some of it came
Yeah,
out.
some of it came out.
All right, try again.
Sometimes it's hard to see,
I don't know what's happening. There's just trembling.
but we were getting better at it.
Yeah,
Let's go!
let's go.
Basically clearing all of our tubes,
That looks, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, we're figuring it out. We are figuring it out,
All right,
people. Maybe.
and getting a lot of gloss into our Pyrex.
Let me hold Tyler's rod really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Get a steadier stream.
Ooh.
Sometimes at the detriment of different parts of Tyler's body.
Nailed it.
That's all I got,
Nailed
yeah.
it. Nailed it.
It's just gonna have like an indent of the pump on my ab. On my single ab.
And after combining our glosses with our off-screen glosses,
Yeah, like squeegee it out. Yeah.
we were ready to dive into our next 200 glosses. So our nude category was 75 glosses deep,
Here we go. Here's the first nude.
Oh.
but we split them up into 51 lighter nudes, so beiges, taupes, and salmons, and 24 darker nudes, so browns, mahoganies, and terracottas.
Grab a ghoul. Elena was afraid of getting whacked, so she dropped it. Oh, it's Tony Soprano.
Notably, this category was on the more calming / less spicy side, at least compared to the pinks.
Kind of smells like chocolatey mint. Mint chocolate is a thing. Not chocolatey mint. Mint chocolate.
As 10 of these guys were lip oils,
Oh! Oh, it's coming out. Oh! That's a lot.
and only 24 of them were plumping. And throughout both categories, there wasn't a ton of shimmer, as there were only 9 glittery glosses in the beiges and 4 in the browns.
Yeah, I definitely just dabbed your boob with this.
Nice. Nice. Here's this one.
Grab a ghoul.
But even if the glosses themselves were a little more mild, the process remained unrelenting.
Yeah, I'm getting sore in places I never knew existed. It's my legs, it's my back, my forearms.
Your crack?
My crack is fine.
I think we might owe Tyler another episode of Spa Husband after this one.
This is what you subscribed for.
Well, certainly not that.
This is what you asked for.
No one asked for this.
So after wrapping up the nudes,
Oh, I can see the bottom after that round. Hell yeah.
Dude, you nailed that.
Thanks.
we were ready to move on to our next category, the mauves.
All right, let's do it.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold
no,
on.
we actually have to wait.
Hold on, sorry. I have to spatula my hands.
That's the sign that you've gone too far. What are you using your spatula on? My hands.
Okay, great.
The mauve category had 33 glosses,
So my arms are tired. Let's do this.
containing somewhat amorphous colors like roses, dusty pinks, and muted berries.
I'm just milking this milk lip gloss right now.
Yeah.
This is like an udder, sort of.
Could you milk me, Saf?
Teat imagery.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this category was also light on shimmery glosses, and lip oils, and relatively medium on plumping glosses.
We got everything in this video, okay? We got all the humors. We got potty humor. We got teat humor. We got grab a ghoul.
Toilet, teat, and tri-state. There you go.
And after a couple of hours of doing this, we were kind of getting into a groove.
Deal. Come out, wherever you are.
Using Tyler's speed poking to plow through tubes at an accelerated rate.
Should I try the Tyler method here?
Yeah, disconcerting plunging. I don't want that to be dubbed the Tyler method.
I'm really Tylering this gloss right now.
People are watching, oh, you poor girl.
Yeah, I guess I played myself. I'm married to you.
Yeah.
And using the oil extractor when we needed to.
Yeah, get him. Yeah, get him. Yeah, get him. There we go. Nice.
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 You'll notice also at this point that we are starting to lose our minds a little bit more.
I'm talking about bare minerals, baby. That's too stupid. I can break your concentration.
Maybe you won't notice since we started off pretty deranged.
There she is, Miss America. Is that how the song goes?
But it had been a couple of hours, you see.
Okay, two more.
All right, 2 more.
So actually, maybe it was time for a little Franken break.
I'm itchy and I'm hungry.
Oh, go get them then.
So after the mauves, we were on to the clear category.
Oh, I was coming out as like a log.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
And there were 31 of these,
Coming in hot.
Ooh, I like that little maple syrup action.
which encompass 19 just straight up clear glosses,
Just like adding in a nice extra layer of insulation,
It
right?
does kind of look like we resined it in there.
Oh, yeah.
A little.
as well as 12 clear or white glosses with a bit of glitter or iridescent shimmer.
That looks pretty too. What was that sound? Are you alive? Did you just expire?
A little bit.
About 1/3 of these guys were plumping glosses, including a few of the very intimidating extreme injection Too-Faced ones.
Too-Faced Black Market Lip Injections. Too-Faced Human Growth Hormone.
Two-Faced, Too Furious?
Yeah.
And beyond my lips, trembling in fear of the Franken mixture to come,
Why is it trembling like that? What was happening?
Complete muscle failure.
Tyler's arms and abs were also trembling from exertion.
Why are my fingers trembling?
It's sympathy trembles.
So he decided to try using other parts of his body to help push the gloss out of the extractor.
I'm gonna use my right pectoral.
This is like literally Tyler lactating. One squeeze and I will drain you.
I'm drained.
As well as playing himself a happy working tune on his brand new set of panpipes.
It kind of works.
Subscribe if you want a Peruvian windpipe made out of empty lip gloss canisters.
I kind of want that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I kind of do want that.
And then we were on to our last 4 categories.
All right, we've got an Addison Rae, a Kosas, a Patrick Ta, and a Tower 28.
Starting with the 25 red glosses.
Love it, babies, they'll make the dreams come true.
Are you singing the Muppet Babies song?
Yeah.
Which only had 2 shimmery ones in the bunch and also made our bowl look like a crime scene.
Oh!
Anyone get hit? No, we're good?
That one was fast and to the point.
2 Addison, 2 Furious.
The 15 purple glosses, of which almost half are plumping,
Ooh, bubble. Bubbles.
and the 18 peachy glosses, so colors like corals, mangoes, and blushes.
Charlotte Tillsbury.
This is Merit.
Merit.
Which overall skew shimmery, but less plumping.
Ready? Against my shoulder. Let's bazooka this.
Yes.
Get in the chopper.
Yep.
All right, ready?
And after we were done with our penultimate glosses,
Ooh, it's kind of like golden. It's like a golden shower.
Let's hope not.
we moved on to our final category, the miscellaneous colors.
They're mostly yellow, orange, and gold, so we're just gonna do it.
I love gold.
I do think it's interesting that there weren't any super bizarre colors like green, blue, or black,
Oh, I'm getting this guy. Tyson back, baby.
but this category was pretty much a grab bag in all other ways.
Oh, it does kind of smell like banana.
Like a banana pudding.
Like a runt banana.
In terms of scent, finish, plumpness, and brands.
All right, this is our last one. It is a Huda Booty. Whose booty? It's Huda's booty.
Whose booty is that?
And miraculously, Tyler was able to pull out one last squish.
All right, milk me. Like one of your French girls.
Oh, yes! Beautiful. Beautiful.
And with that momentous finish,
That basically concludes the detubing part of this Franken experiment. We're still gonna scrape the insides of these guys and then combine our other off-camera glosses into this pot, but then we're pretty much ready to mix.
you heard me, it's mixing time.
I think I'm gonna scrape off the sides first and then mix the main part. Cool?
Ooh, deli.
So in our total Frankengloss mixture, we had a color percentage breakdown of a whopping 30% pink glosses,
Ooh. purple. Oh, it acts interestingly. 17% lighter nude or beige, 11% mauve, 11% clear, 9% red.
Oh, I love it.
I'm trying to be aesthetic. Sort of succeeding, maybe not. 8% darker nudes or browns, 6% peach, 5% purple, and 3% miscellaneous colors. Ooh, groovy! Look at that. Almost like water marble-y. Which, just from an eye test, is just a whole lot of pink, and variations or relatives of pink. All right, so I'm gonna really mix it now.
Mix it.
Should I ruin it?
Ruin away.
All right, I'm gonna ruin it. Obviously, based on our previous Franken experiments, one could expect this color to either turn out red, brown, purple, or berry colored.
I'm getting like red velvet batter vibes.
Yes, a muted brown bricky red. And I think it actually settled on a nice midpoint between our Franken wedding cupcake color and Frankenfora lipstick color. It's not 100% not Frankenfora, but it's not identical. At least I don't think.
No, it's brickier.
Maybe it is the same. When we swatch it, I'll bring out the Frankenfora and we can see. All right, so I'm gonna suck some gloss up into my syringe and then syringe it into one of our clear lip gloss tubes. We also made a cute custom Frankengloss sticker for our tubes to add some air of false legitimacy.
It also has a disclaimer on it.
The disclaimer says, this is a novelty item and the full ingredient list cannot be verified. Use at your own risk. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Thankfully, our formula was runny enough at 12% lip oil, and also not in a narrow tube.
That's the sexiest damn thing I've ever seen.
So we were able to use a normal syringe for the re-tubing at least. Trying to like make sure it settles at the bottom.
Oh, no, I love it, I love it.
You feel like that's good? I have one of these little stoppers. One of these little demons that we spent hours getting rid of on our other tubes. It's gonna go right back into our tube. So don't you dare try and Franken this, okay? All right, so that is a Frankengloss. Talking about Frankengloss, baby. Now, in terms of formula, cheers. Oh, it's warm. It is spicy. 37% of our glosses were plumping, which I could definitely feel. I put it on and it was cool, and then suddenly it was hot. It was like an icy hot patch for my bottom lip. And I could also feel the lip oils at work as well. It's very shiny. It's more slippery than sticky. 23% of our glosses were shimmery, glittery, or metallic.
Little spackle.
For a second, I thought you were trying to say spatula and you said spackle instead, but you meant sparkle with a Boston accent.
Spackle.
Which you could definitely see in the bowl, but less so on the face. Also, in terms of the scent and flavor, since Sephora and these brands don't officially declare what kind of scent they're going for, I don't have exact statistics, but throughout the detubing, I smelled bubblegum something.
Oh yeah, actually bubblegum is piercing through.
Really minty.
Ooh, that's refreshing, actually.
Yeah. Though the final concoction, interestingly, started off smelling like, for some reason, strawberry comes to mind, but I feel like none of them smelled like strawberry when we were putting them in. And then once on the face, a little minty, a little vague fruity. It's not cantaloupes, but for some reason, cantaloupes comes to mind. And I thought it tasted like berry, mint, and wax. Kind of like a candle tastes, which to me is very appetizing. Now, interestingly, when swatched side by side, that is more different than I thought it would be, actually. The Frankengloss was actually sheerer, warmer, and much lighter than the Frankenfora lipstick. Like, it's more pink than berry, in my opinion. So, this experiment was worth something.
We've got range.
Which is reflected in the difference in the color breakdowns between the two. Though obviously these stats are a little bit old at this point, I think it's interesting to compare what colors brands think they can sell as lipsticks versus lip glosses. Though one could say that mauves and peaches would be recategorized as purples and oranges, it is shocking how much of a lead pinks have over reds in the Frankenfora gloss versus the Frankenfora stick. I like the color. My mouth is a little numb though. But it was time to wipe off our gloss and call it a night, just to give my mouth a break. Your lips are kind of chapped, so I'm worried for you. It looks like a nice color on you though. Until the next day when we would do a wear test.
I'm feeling a lot right now.
Yeah?
Top lip.
Yeah.
Top lip.
Let me see. Oh my God, I can see it actually. You look like you're doing like a duck face.
I do. I'm not doing a duck face right now. I'm just looking.
And Tyler agreed.
Lip injection.
All right, so it's the next day, or a couple of days later, but don't tell anyone, the next day. Now, a couple of interesting things I noticed when we returned to do our wear test. All right, here it is.
Feels good now. 1, it seemed less spicy somehow, still tingly, but I wonder if a little bit of time has subdued the spice because I remember it being more painful than this. Maybe stirring up the glosses activated the spice somehow, so it'll start to fade? No idea, to be honest. I might be starting to numb though. I might be entering the lidocaine stage of this lip gloss. 2, we hadn't really done a bona fide plumping test yet, so here's a quick shot of what my lips looked like before and what they looked like 10 minutes after application.
I'm seeing some plumpage, Sean.
I am also seeing some plumpage. I'm seeing a little bit of plumpage here. 3, it doesn't really smell like cantaloupes anymore. Not sure why. I'm thinking artificial cherry. I think that's where I'm settling. After that, we decided to venture out. First off, to see how long the gloss would last before needing to be reapplied. All right, so it's been about an hour since the initial application, and the lip gloss is mostly gone. I guess I didn't think it would last that long, since most glosses don't, but it did sort of lickety-split off my face. I kind of meant to check in at more of an intermediary stage, like, oh, it's fading, but then I looked in the mirror and I felt on my face and it was gone. Though interestingly, when we did our transfer test, ready? Cheers. I also thought that the gloss would wipe right off, and it did transfer, which is unsurprising since most glosses do. You can see some glitter on the straw. I don't think it's moving around my face though, is it?
It's subtly there.
It's subtly there. But it didn't seem like it all transferred off. It actually looks like there's some still left on my face though. So I wonder if I'm just secretly eating the gloss when I'm not noticing or something. All right, here it is. Ready? Let's see what we can do. Then we headed to Sephora to find a dupe. Oh, that's not good.
That's not right.
No.
Nope.
That's not right either. No. I'm getting further away. And to be honest, though I wouldn't have said our color was super unique. That one's too baby, too pinky, too peachy, too dark. Just right. It was kind of hard to find a dupe of. So far, Miss Rihanna's winning. Rihanna's Fenty Glow was kind of close.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Oh, that's pretty good. But in the end, Charlotte Tilbury had the best match with High Society, though that one isn't plumping.
My hand is a little itchy, I'm not gonna lie. Feeling it a little bit.
Why does it look plumper to me?
My hand just starts swelling up. Extreme hand injection. Then we stopped by Nordstrom to recycle our empty lip gloss tubes.
Nordstrom.
Though it was tempting to try and turn our tubes into flutes, we decided to highlight this cool beauty cycle service that Nordstrom does. Here's the last bit, ready? Where you can drop off your empty makeup packaging and they will figure out how to properly recycle and reuse it, which kind of rocks. Okay, so that was my day wearing the Franken gloss. Overall, with a lot of struggle and strife, I do think we eventually conquered the lip glosses, and though our ending color wasn't vastly different from some of our other mega Franken experiments, it's always fun to have a new product, no matter how spicy it is. Though who knows? Maybe by the time it gets to you guys, all the spice will have worn off. And in the end, we were able to turn our vat of gloss into 277 Franken glosses to give away to you guys. I really hope you guys like it. Beyond the tingle, I'm really into the formula. It's not too sticky, it's nice and slick, so maybe in some aspects, it really is the perfect gloss.